through, I pulled up in something new. Now they won't tell me they coming soon. It's been like 10 years of silence. How you gon' tell me you riding? I remember working nights with my homie on my side. We was praying, hoping things get better. I've been steady on the grind, now it's money on the line. Calling, telling me you good forever. Ay, came up on a check, got a lot of friends now. It's funny how they switching up. Came up on a check, all of a sudden they been down. It's funny how they switching up. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. When you get some money, they gon' always want you close. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. They gon' wanna act like they was with you when you broke.
Bout it, take a win. Take the win, take the win, take the win. Rings on my knuckles, sunlight, let it clean. I cannot realize how you I cannot make amends. Make it how they pop out and they bout it, take a win.
Big ticket item, I'm the one that they will see. I don't know about the will do's or the will be's. I don't need a once was, they misunderstood me. When I told them giants in the room is where I could be. And I should be, I will, and I am now. Looking at that kid like I turned into a cash cow. I don't need a lesson on the business cause you cashed out. You a light bulb, I'm a flame, you flashed out.
Take the win, take the win, take the win. Rings on my knuckles, sunlight, let it clean. I cannot realize how you I cannot make amends. Make it how they pop out and they bout it, take a win. Take the win, take the win, take the win. Rings on my knuckles, sunlight, let it clean. I cannot realize how you I cannot make amends. Make it how they pop out and they bout it, take a win.
Friendly faces all around, yes ma'am. Cause I made a move, made a scene, made a plan. Pull up in the land, throw back to the minivan. Big baller hustle, that's the way to make a stand. And the fans in the stands, in the stands. Quicker than the ones trying to catch me with their hands. That's adrenaline when I beat their defense. I just stayed ahead, the result.
Bout it, take a win. Take the win, take the win, take the win. Rings on my knuckles, sunlight, let it clean. I cannot realize how you I cannot make amends. Make it how they pop out and they bout it, take a win. Take the win, take the win, take the win. Rings on my knuckles, sunlight, let it clean. I cannot realize how you I cannot make amends. Make it how they pop out and they bout it, take a win.
Let's do something crazy, get a bit wild today. Cause we don't do this every day and we deserve it. Life is so amazing, nothing is in our way. Baby, let's fly away, do you feel it? Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? That we should, we'll feed the fire. Let's see it through and let go of what's holding us back. Just light it up and we'll burn through the past and take it higher. Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I.
Storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long. ticket, no more turning back. Sick and tired of your games, hit the road like Jack. I'm no longer yours, I just named the price. Found myself some freedom, gave me peace of mind. Got a one-way ticket, no more turning back. Sick and tired of your games, hit the road like Jack. I'm no longer yours, I just named the price. Found myself some freedom, gave me peace of mind. Keep a secret while I dance to you this evening. No more problems, just throw them dollars. Can you keep a secret while I touch your body, feeling no more drama? Just throw them dollars.
More dollars, less drama, let's keep it on the low. Meet me in a city where nobody ever go. Let me be that body that nobody need to know. No, oh no. Do not draw the top down, do not hop out. Keep it on the low, this is not a lockdown. They all wanna know, gotta tell them nah now. I need somebody who gon' take it to the grave. I need somebody who gon' rock it in a way. I need somebody who on the same page, shawty on the same way too.
Can you keep a secret while I dance to you this evening? No more problems, just throw them dollars. Can you keep a secret while I touch your body, feeling no more drama? Just throw them dollars. No drama, I know you want it, don't want no problems. Can you keep a secret? No drama, I know you want it, ain't got no problems. Can you keep a secret?
Bet that my daytime shawty. Check the road, call me shawty to put it on me. Booty on the insane, she moving for Ben Frank. Look, she my little dancer, no need to explain. That's how she paying for them college loans and trips across the map to stop and roam. The reason why she out and do not come home, she got guaps just in stocks alone. Can't tell no Betty or honey, life ain't better with no money. Cause she a boss bitch, wasn't raised to be a dummy. She got the hips legit to make it rain, even when outside the club is sunny, that's facts.
Can you keep a secret while I dance to you this evening? No more problems, just throw them dollars. Can you keep a secret while I touch your body, feeling no more drama? Just throw them dollars. No drama, I know you want
fool a couple times. Bring me in, worth a gamble, roll the dice. Count me out of the plans I made tonight. Unfinished business on my mind. They look so pretty when they're scared. Caught slipping, they're so unaware. I just kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Killing all the noise in my mind. Heavy and hot, revenge, it looks nice. Kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Ripping red flags, wave 'em wide. Wave 'em wide. Knock, knock, open up, I don't bite. Just me going bump in the night. Sleep well, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Misery loves company and it's your turn. May the doubts last, I'll finish it first. Lights out. Lights out. They look so pretty when they're scared. Caught slipping, they're so unaware. I just kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Killing all the noise in my mind. Heavy and hot, revenge, it looks nice. Kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Ripping red flags, wave 'em wide. Wave 'em wide. Heavy and hot, revenge, it looks nice. Wave 'em wide.
That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the ballin', spotting, ballin'. Phone was dry, but now everybody calling. Good at taking risks, yeah, I always go all in.
swear to God that I'm deaf to the talking. I can't hear it. See the finish line. I know that I'm near it. Yeah, cut the check and I'ma clear it. Ain't nobody out here that I'm fearing. Hey, easy to see things all on the way up. Used to think it's hard, now I feel just like a layup. I've been in the gym, yeah, I'm tryna get my weight up. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the. Hey, you ain't real, it's like you got a few disguises. Walk in the room, I know I'ma be the flyest. She like me, yeah, it's hard for her to hide it. One-on-one, ain't nobody like this. Got this far by doing me, I'm everything I knew I'd be. I don't care what we used to be, no, yeah. They try and get close to me, you can't get what you want from me. I got this vision you can't see, no. Easy to see things all on the way up. Used to think it's hard, now I feel just like a layup. I've been in the gym, yeah, I'm tryna get my weight up. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, the way it goes. That's just the.
Yeah. Foreign gal, foreign whip, boy, roll through the street, yeah. Bodies on 10, my gosh, look at all the features. Baby, from your head to your waist, you the real deal, yeah. If them want run your race, put them in them. Girl, your body winning, winning, oh no. I wanna be the guy you winning, winning, oh no. Girl, your body winning, winning, oh no. I wanna be the guy you winning, winning, oh no. Yeah, yeah, you could lay it all on me, let it fall on me. I never lay your body down. You could lay it all on me, let it fall on me. I never do your body wrong. You could lay it all on me, let it fall on me. I never lay your body down. Anytime you want me, they call on me. Baby, I'ma come around. Come around. Stay around. Cause you're winning, 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 yeah. Sexy, where you get it from? She said from she mama. She from the West Indies, she not deal with the drama. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bumper so big, my gosh, bring it back like karma. You could lay it all on me, yeah, baby. Girl, your body winning, winning, oh no. I wanna be the guy you
TGIF. Thank goodness it is Friday. We are now back for Clash of Nations once again, guys. My name is Asurai. With me here is Daks, and we continue with the lower bracket part 2 for today.
Wait a second, Asurai. I think I'm a little too tall today. Let me get down to your level. There you go. But of course, we are gonna be on the level, guys, because we are back into the lower bracket. And Asurai, he's already said it. Effectively, this is a final chance for some of these teams right now that are playing on. 2 will be eliminated, 2 will move on, and there's still only that one SEA slot up for grabs at the end of this week.
Absolutely. So that's going to be quite the... we're already past the halfway mark, and teams are trying to grind out. Now, just a quick little recap. We'll see it in a bit with the brackets, but just wanted to say that only 2 teams have yet to be defeated in an entirety of the series in this particular tournament. That's Fancy United, all the way from Vietnam, as well as Oasis Gaming, who was able to beat out NAOS Esports. In any case, of course, here's our quick little tournament format. Well, we'll be having 4 teams qualify from Southeast Asia, now 8 playing here in the closed qualifiers, and then, of course, from Thailand as well. And then, as you can see here on the offline main event happening in Bangkok, Thailand, we got 1 direct invite, 1 team from the Southeast Asia closed qualifier, and 2 teams from the Thailand closed qualifiers will be competing for a total of 4 teams to the main event. So hopefully you guys can join there if you're already in Thailand, and maybe we can also fly out if it's possible, because why not?
Okay, let's go. You wanna go now? You have the dates, Asurai.
Set the booking.
Set the booking. See you there. And of course, what else will we see but this incredible prize pool in front of us? If you make it to that main event, it's a million Thai baht up for grabs. 600,000 for our champions, 250 for the second placers, 100,000 for our third placers, and of course 50k for just making it there in the first place. And Asurai, give me your numbers. Give me the conversion to USD.
The only conversion I know here is the 600,000 baht, which is is equivalent to 16,000 US dollars. And before we go back to that conversion, a total of 1 million baht is on the line here for our Clash of Nations. So definitely a great tournament to be in if you're trying to just, get a bit of moolah during the offseason, as well as having the chance to actually face against the best of the Thai region, especially with Talon being one of the invited team from Thailand. Now, looking at the brackets that we've had up until now, I did mention how it is Fancy United and Oasis at match 12, as you can see, that have yet to be beaten in the entirety of this tournament. So that means that the teams that they have beaten, match 9 and match 10, NAOS Esports will be going up against Trying Your Best, Boom versus Pandemonium, and again, that is going to be a fight for tournament life.
And come on, it's the day of all days. We always see here in the lower bracket that these matchups get very close. Remember that first day we had lower bracket matchups, one of the series, Dao United as well as Pandemonium, it went to overtime. But we're gonna get in time now with NAOS Esports. Ja, Papichulo, Wits, Nexi, as well as Texarak. They were taken down by their long-time rivals Oasis Gaming, but they did pick Haven, surprised Oasis with it, and actually won that map. So there's a silver lining to come out from that upper bracket matchup. They just need to recover after, I'd say, a dip in performance coming into that ascent later on into that series.
It felt like there was a lot more focus on the initial, of the start of that series rather than throughout the entirety of the series, where it felt like they just couldn't really figure out a way to beat out Oasis. Again, they locked and loaded Haven. We already know about this, but once we came to that second and third map, there was a lot of issues that they had, and I think one of those was just Ja not really having the entry that he really wanted to. And up against Trying Our Best here, Trying Our Best, excuse me, is going to be quite a conundrum if Trying Our Best actually brings out Crazy Guy here, who has been pretty phenomenal once he joined the team, or once he played for the team when they were going up against Dominatus the other day.
I agree, because once Crazy Guy was in, his 2-map performance was really one for the stars. Highest KD so far in the tournament because of it. Impeccable lineups with the Breach and the Sova. And the rest of the roster also feeling a lot more confident with him in it. So Retlanef, Crazy Guy, San, Juicy, Styron has been summoned in for Crazy Guy if he's not around. And let's see which phase of Trying Our Best will we get today, because once we got to that decider on Split there, Asurai, they look completely different from their previous encounters in that series versus Dominatus.
Yeah, and what's another issue that they have to deal with here is gonna have to be Juicy. Trying Our Best, even with Crazy Guy not actually being with the team during their first series, Juicy was the one that was getting so much of the impact, and Trying Our Best actually adjusted somewhat to this, where it's supposedly Juicy and Zan that was gonna be double playing double duelist, but this time they put that role only on Juicy, putting Zan on a more supportive role such as a controller. It actually worked out well for them when they were facing Dominatus here. So these little bits of adjustment, these little bits of understanding that Trying Our Best is doing could actually matter right now as they're about to face NAOS in this best of 3.
Yeah, NAOS, of course, is a team that has been built in multiple levels of competition. They have that veterancy, they have that chemistry together in even previous titles, and it seems like that's been a bit of the problem for Trying Our Best. Yes, we always talk about the history that they have come from Bleed Esports, and especially the young guns who aren't there right now just because of a few rulings that didn't really go in their favor. Just goes to show there's a lot of potential. And Asurai, I think I mentioned this the other day, NAOS and that Bleed roster did not actually meet each other in Ascension, so it's one of the first times we're gonna see them in combat now. Lotus and Breeze, though, picked up to begin our series.
Quite interesting here as well, talking about how Lotus was supposedly one of, I feel like, just a good performance map for NAOS here. They did lose that against Oasis a couple of times already, so that's going to be something to definitely be aware of. Breeze as well. Feels like they just want a lot more openness here for a Crazy Guy to get that influence that he would want, and him being on possibly agents such as the Sova maybe here on Lotus is going to be something that, again, they want to bring out in this series against NAOS.
I mean, NAOS, they're feeling confident even though they lost Lotus against Oasis Gaming. It was very, very close to say the least.
Yeah.
And we saw how effective their game plan was on it. You had, of course, that breach of Wits, who was finding the right times and getting solid pop-offs. You had Ja there, just flying high, getting in as much space as possible. Tesseract also finding impact. Papichulo, Nexi. What else can you say about the standards that NAOS has? But moving into Breeze, I do wonder what we're gonna get there from NAOS, because for Trying Our Best, I think that's where their more chaotic playstyle, their more duel-centric approach from what we've seen in other maps, besides that split map versus Dominatus, that's where they're gonna feel a lot more comfy in.
Oh, yeah. Quite the interesting beat as well, because this is a map where we have seen at least NAOS actually quite recently bring out the chamber a whole lot more for Ja here, if I'm for Joff, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, could be interesting to see if what's going to happen here, especially with that kind of composition. I could be wrong with that, but we'll have to see. But you're absolutely right. You're talking about the aggressive, chaotic nature here of trying our best. You kind of combo that once again with how well they can actually still support utility. That type of playstyle can be a big factor here up against NAOS Esports, who tend to kind of have an issue understanding or reading the mid rounds, as we saw with Oasis yesterday. I was talking about a lot how Oasis feels like they were able to maneuver blindly around the map, but still understanding where to place themselves at key correct moments. And NAOS was very slow into fighting this. And even if they tried to do so, they get punished for it. And it was a little bit too late at the end of the day. And that's probably going to be a big issue right now that they're going to have to figure out very quickly if they want to be able to keep their tournament life alive.
I mean, this is just more of a guess from what we've seen so far. But the way I've been observing NAOS is, now that you have Tesseract and Nexi in, you have even more Titans to add into your roster in terms of that individual decision-making. Mojer, Senor Carl, as well as NDG, they were more on the younger side, and they could make their own kind of plays, but usually you'd see that the game plan would be tempering their kind of tendencies. Just try to say, Mojer, don't actually go for that overextension. Let's try and make that different kind of play. Now with NAOS, on the other hand, having this more level-headed 5, it does feel like they're still trying to make those kind of individual plays on their own, and it hasn't really synced up as much compared to before, when there were a few of those mentees coming into the roster with the mentors that were Wits, that were Papichulo, that were Ja. So I wonder right now for NAOS, can they even build more of that team chemistry? Because we know the parts are good for it, but as a squad, will it actually click the way they really want it to be?
And I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but it feels like there's also an issue of stamina here for NAOS Esports, right? You talk about how a couple of months ago, because NDG and Mojer there, they have those young guns that feel like they can at least withstand a little bit more of the pressure, even though they are those younger players. They're very They're very versatile, they're very aggressive, and it seems like they don't really get phased too much by those long drawn out series. But this time it feels like there is that bit of fatigue here for NAOS. Again, once they reach that kind of end game for this entirety of the series, as we saw with Oasis, there has been that bit of lag, that bit of hesitation, maybe that bit of slowdown for how they play around the map, how they try to approach these situations. And that could be a big factor right now with Trying Your Best, that has a lot of these young guns, that has a lot of, as you keep mentioning, super aggressive play style. So again, it feels like if that's going to be the case, NAOS might have to go the 2-0 route if they can, because if we go to a game number 3, that's where it could really go wrong for them.
I mean, I agree with you, Asurai, but it kind of makes you sound like you're calling Nexi and Tesseract boomers with this roster right now. And don't get me wrong, I agree with what we saw there versus Oasis, but it just feels like they're not old, right? They're not old. Nexi and Tesseract are so young. We talk about the other core because they come in, of course, from CS and whatnot. But from what we see again for NAOS is maybe that is still gonna be part of the problem coming into a more elongated series, when the usual antics from Wits and Papi Chulo just don't click anymore, when those kind of individual plays, they're more like islands rather than a string of rounds. What can NAOS rally around? And even in their first series back in the upper bracket, if you remember that matchup versus PUNDAMONIUM, especially that split map, it was PUNDAMONIUM outclassing them at the start, and it took hero play after hero play, very wily movements from NAOS, just to figure out what to do on an individual basis. So I'm wondering right now, how sustainable can this be for NAOS in this tournament and in future tournaments? So that's my point of concern. On the other hand, though, here for Trying Our Best, if it's Crazy Guy, it's Styron, so someone's missing here from this roster right now.
I actually can't remember who's missing.
I think it's Retla. It's Retla. It's
It's Retla. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been pretty good as well,
Yeah.
playing as the what was it? The KJ as well as the Cypher. So I think it's still fine. Like Styron, I think still fits pretty well into that. And you still have such a strong starting core here in the form of that juicy Crazy Guy. Even Neff actually was creating some highlights the other day as well when he was playing on the Sky. I think on was it in a different map. Anyways, NAOS here, same thing that we were kind of seeing. Double initiator once again. They only have the single controller, so how does this affect their aggression, their play style? But this is looking to be that mirror match between these two teams.
Well, on the other hand, I mean, we talked a lot about NAOS because we felt like there were some discussion points really to hammer on for. On the other hand, here for Trying Our Best, which one do we get from them? When you have Styron as well as Neff in, as well as Retla, without Crazy Guy, it does become a bit more chaotic. Now with Crazy Guy in and his bragging power, we see a different dimension of Trying Our Best. Dare I say, very Bleed-esque. If you catch my drift, it just becomes more of that roster that won that Accession tournament. Having that 3 out of 5 core, having very familiar players around them, it does feel like they just completely take the game to a next level that we expect from them. And I wonder what we're gonna get right now from Trying Our Best. It's been a mystery to me to how they're gonna be performing, because we can really gauge their talent, we can gauge how far they can go, but what will they decide to bring into the map?
Well, sometimes they do like to go for those out of nowhere aggressive plays, and that's what allows them to keep their opponents or push their opponents to be always on their toes. NAOS Esports, we did see yesterday how they're very much willing on the defending side to start some play happening, especially with Ja and his paint shells. So that's definitely something to watch out for here. We're actually already looking at some bit of contact on C Long here for both of the teams, as Spike is being drawn there, both races are getting drawn there, and here comes the push. They immediately break the recon dart, so they know something's up, something's near, and there it is.
Already looking to find that contact here towards Mount Ja, getting 2 collateral damage to begin this bout. And NAOS, they already shut down Trying Our Best and their initial push. So the rotate comes in towards A. Tesseract will know this is coming, and NAOS will scramble to try and go for the hold on the opposite end.
Neff is 1 HP. This is going to be a very easy takedown on him if he's not careful. Here comes Paranoia, blinds the backline just for the moment. Tesseract still holding, but Styron clears it up. That nade gonna be stopping the plant for now. Jaw comes into the corner. Sad and Neff as well clear out. Both Jaw and Wits actually. And somehow, table's been turned. Here's the push out, there's the stun. And it's only Nexi down by himself, and Zan cleans up.
And look at trying our best. Immediately, you give him a gold medal for that performance. They had 3 moving into a site. They had to face off against 5, and 5 fell on the opposite end. Just the setup there from Neff. He was able to just make sure that upper was going to be contested. Moving into the high ground, going for a bit more of that contest. And NAOS was caught napping. They felt like they had more time there to try and go for the retake, but trying our best is playing in an optimized way right now.
Truly. Again, they had some setups there, but it felt like it was just a little bit too far from what they wanted. There's the stun. Jaw could actually convert this, but he's flashed. He might be able to, and it was just a matter of time. 50-50. They're both trapped. 3 of them are. The smoke gives a little bit of coverage. Neff is trying to chase them down. Able to break mid-link just in a nick of time, and they're still pushing in. The numbers in the favor here of NAOS Esports, and trying our best, actually taking some passive damage through the shock darts and everything. And this might actually be solid here, possibly if they can just overwhelm. Zan's cleaning up again, a couple of kills, crazy guy to the corner, nice flick from Wits. As the dust settles, 2 versus 2. Did NAOS pick up any weapons? That's going to be the big question, as Neff is so close here, playing on drop.
They probably haven't, because they're still on to that high ground right now, moving back into spawn. Perhaps expecting a rotate from trying our best, but Neff and Styron are sticking on the round, and you can see here for NAOS Esports, their aggression is still called by trying our best. Juicy, he was willing to challenge while stunned on up. The Vandal became a sheriff basically, facing off against Jod there, but the sudden push from trying our best, giving them still a chance to get into this round. Time ticking though. Now Wits, Papichulo, they're gonna be working together to play towards stairs. Maybe a gun to be scrunched to go for the smoke, but they will be meeting contact on the site here.
They try to run through A main if they maybe want to, just to try to pick up some weapons first before anything else. But Neff's not going to allow that. They try to go for the cross, and it turns into a shooting range. That's going to be 2 players remaining for trying our best here. The power of the push from both teams on Rubble really showing to us the early picks.
It's still the same thing though for trying our best. 2 rounds in a row. You get that contest. You make it challenging for NAOS. You lose a few members, sure. But from that point on, the decision making is just in a snap, Asurai. It's so quick from trying our best to actually move into the site that they want to take. They commit onto it. They play that silent game. And once they have these angles, it's trying our best. Looking as sharp as ever. NAOS again. Aggression comes towards Rubble, but already trying our best on their bonus. They're expecting this kind of push, and they're exceeding that control so far.
Precision kill.
I don't think that was intentional. That one was a kill onto Zan. Well, that was too much commitment on the utility, but it's actually still pretty fine. Spike not yet delivered, or rather brought to on the C site. As you can see, they're calling back that rotation. They're still aware that Ja could be here somewhere holding on Rubble, and they want to be able to open it up by basically getting a pick on him. Tesseract now finds a bit of that contact against Styron. Smartly backs away here. Dart's going to be coming up in 10. Now that they don't really have anything on Rubble, they might as well just try to go back for that C site. It only costed them like 20 seconds. They still have 50 to remain. And if they have a nade to flush out Papichulo here on Ben, which they do, this could be a really clean take here right now for trying our best. Oh!
Coordination is so key. Fault line gets connection. And this is now trying our best on site. And they're ready to go for the contest. Now the Swarm though, as well as turret, utility, 3 dead and broken. Planto goes down. Stun comes on in here from NAOS, but Nexi is spotted by Juicy early on. So numbers tied on up, trying our best. As soon as they're on site, they're just on point with the shots. 3 for Juicy, and 3 now for trying our best too.
Playstyle right now for trying our best is they know that NAOS will keep pushing out, committing a lot of resources just so that they can get that early pick. So it's the same as anything. If you were in Lotus, just wait for it a little bit more. You don't really have to go for it. Or if you want to counter it out, sure, it seems like trying our best is okay with that other route, and they can just get these refrags. Now that NAOS is back again on just the Sheriffs, this is going to be a huge one for them. You can already see Juicy wanting to do the same thing. Goes in for a jump, not going to get stunned, and goes up on Rubble, and he's going to be able to clean up house with that 3K.
in there. Papichulo though, at least with the fight. But now as Esports, they're already completely shocked by the speed of trying our best. And it just is trying our best, playing to such a comfort here, Asurai. They have been so coordinated. These guys know each other so well. And Crazy Guy, he is anticipating this push from NAOS. The flank is already exposed so far. Crazy Guy, waiting still his juicy spot, and here comes Crazy Guy. And it's quite a stable hold from trying our best to get their fourth. It's just everything we saw from them in that last map versus Dominatus. They're continuing that level of play now.
Yeah, and it's not really stopping the struggle here for NAOS already. No calls yet for that timeout, at least for now. We've seen NAOS actually go for those timeouts very early on, just so that. But this time, not really. They might try something else a little bit more different here. Jaw finally has a showstopper. So that's probably going to be the momentum swing that they're kind of hoping for. Here on the other side, trying our best, looking towards B main. Papichulo could be in dangerous waters here. If he swings out, that's fine. Waiting on the precipice to punish, and he's down.
And look how ready San was on the opposite end of that smoke, making sure utility agents are more covered. Tesseract, on the other hand, can't hold into the Nano Swarm. It's trying our best. This is their site to take it again. It's so commanding here from trying our best right now, playing truly to the level that they can. Nexi, though, retreats for now. Showstopper into play. Here comes Tesseract, but has the range advantage. Shaw, even spotted by Crazy Guy, but Styron is blown to bits on side. Crazy Guy, here he goes yet again. Crazy Guy mowing them all down. And the methods here by trying our best. It's quite a mad lad leading them with Crazy Guy. The darts into play. And trying our best, just preventing NAOS from even getting onto the board here.
And that was even Ja using his showstopper already to try to clear things out. I found it a little bit funny that we saw Juicy too trying to take a shot at Tesseract from such a long distance with his judge. But you know what? He got so much control already, pushing the rest of NAOS back here. And if everything went all awry, they still had Neff having his Rolling Thunder pretty much prepared to stop that defuse if ever it came through, but then nothing. Because again, we talk about this, once Crazy Guy starts to play with this team, it just feels like he adds so much fragging prowess in those fights, and we kind of see that happening. Now NAOS losing a lot of options, as we can see. 5-0, they're going to be calling that timeout early.
Yeah, when he's here, they need to. It's 5 in a row. They're running out of rounds on the defense, and it's become such a point to worry about here for NAOS, because when we remember versus Oasis Gaming, they also felt this kind of pressure from them. So as of right now, what else can even NAOS do? Because trying our best, you mentioned it, when Crazy Guy's in, they feel so much more focused. They truthfully stop doing more questionable things we saw earlier on, and they go back to playing to their namesake. Trying our best has been so optimized between Neff as well as Juicy. Crazy Guy's support. San has been super sharp right now, and it really feels like that first day performance was more of a fluke rather than a standard. It's, again, they're just raising the bar here in the lower bracket.
And that bar, now is unable to hurl for it. Maybe this time we'll have to see. But again, it's the same setup that they've had. But this time, no commitment here from NAOS. No double satchel from Ja. They're trying to maneuver away for trying our best, but that's not really the biggest deal that they have to kind of be aware of. It is that trying your best is just so good at being able to go for these aggressive pushes. And if they try to go through the smokes and even try to aggress past that, there still is that, again, huge amount of firepower. Look at the flashes coming through. Look at the cleanup. And hold on, Tesseract is somehow saying something. 2 versus 1, Jaws alone. Has the Sheriff. He finds a good distance. He might be able to get that one kill, which he is looking for. But Juicy finds him. Actually, even wide swings to confuddle that aim, and that's going to be another round here for trying our best.
Yeah, it was just a smart duel there taken by Juicy. Realized that he can actually get away with the wider peak there versus Ja. Win out the fight and call it another round. And you can see for now, that was honestly one of their better eco rounds from what we've seen so far. They finally get through towards the site. They do get rid of the player playing on the platform, but it still wasn't enough. Maybe the gun buys as well as the 3 ultimates that they have here can help out in a pinch. But the problem is, Juicy has that showstopper. There's entry potential. And while Rumble's taken here by NAOS, trying our best, already anticipate this and move towards C instead.
This has been what they just want to do. C site hasn't been an issue at all for trying our best in terms of how they push. Their follow-up, their rhythm, just too damn well placed. There you go, that mid push catches on Styron, puts them in a 4 versus 5. No push just yet. They leave the lurk for the one. That's going to be Zan. While they try to at least re-encapsulate everywhere else. Crazy guy. He almost actually peeks out that site or their own spawn. But he just hides himself in the corner, waiting for a bit of that contact. Spots out one. This could be dangerous for Papichulo, but somehow manages to convert the push out. And as dust settles, it's only going to be down for Neff. Stuns on C-Long. And he's going to try to get a pick before he goes for a 2 versus 1.
Oh, Papichulo though jumping on in. Here comes the smoke, but the aftershock, the response. This keeps him at bay. Rolling Thunder, also the answer. Stops the defuse dead in its tracks. But until the very end, NAOS will try and hold things down. So they get back onto the site here, Asurai. They get their first round on the board. But it took such a swing of picks to go in their favor. They were able to contest Juicy especially. Find a way to suddenly get the picks that they need. And it's one of the few times we saw here in this game so far that NAOS actually won multiple duels in multiple fronts.
100%. They're realizing now that, again, trying our best is not really committed to forcing a fight that early on, but they will spread and then look for the picks. So NAOS Esports here trying to change up the tempo a little bit, actually make it happen. So they're going to read now that it could be actually an A main push, which it's going to be is. No one here is going to push out, except for Juicy, that has the delivery of the package. The stun is perfect. Rubble is already looking like a death sentence here for NAOS, but somehow Tesseract and Jock convert, having that Hunter's Fury on his back to help him out, and actually evens out the playing field and even gives them that kill advantage.
Yeah, Juicy just couldn't get the clear all the way to the corner that he might have wanted, and maybe expected Ja to actually just advance into him instead. From that point on, it was now still having the numbers. They only lose Papichulo, who was committed more so on top of that rubble. But in that space, trying our best. They move away towards C. We've seen these fast rotations work out for the offense multiple times. The dart comes on in also, as they will set up towards the site. Nefto advancing. The bolt line keeps him at bay.
A little bit too far forward there for Neff. Still somehow manages to save himself with his life. 4 players. Time ticking down. Crazy guy into the corner. Neff's making some noise, but he doesn't make some noise. He makes some waves here as he hits the shots. Crazy guy's by himself. Cannot get that crossfire with his teammate. Styron trying to run away. Does he have some nanos? Yes, he does. Perfectly timed. Pushes them back. Another one would be perfect here. Actually, no need. They're already backing away. He's already done it. And that's going to be a 3 versus 4, actually falling into the hands of trying our best.
Yeah, Neff has just been impeccable at these C takes for trying our best. Every time you get into the post plant, he stations himself to watch over for Waterfall, and he usually gets 2 kills to his name. And from that point on, it's enough to stop NAOS Esports from playing that angle. Slows down the rest of the push, buys enough time basically for Styron to get the hell out of there, pop that 1 nanoswarm, and it was just enough. But it goes to show the quick decision making and quick actions of trying our best. That sudden shift into C was such a quick pivot that allowed them to win that round.
It was perfect too. Ooh, here comes NAOS again. There's the nade. Jaw's out, but it feels like there's a struggle that NAOS is trying to, again, hurdle over the obstacles that we're talking about. The bar that's being raised here by trying our best, or it was already the bar that they were at, and just NAOS being at that level where just their struggle for the moment. Tesseract trying to get that pick. He's going to get tagged, maybe. Rolled up through the smoke. Not going to happen just yet. That's so much put into this, so much invested. And nothing has to be returned. Nothing has yet to return for NAOS Esports. You can see here trying our best. Trying to move their way onto that A site, leaving Nexi by himself. He does have a setup here. How well does it work? We'll have to see.
Well, we've seen from trying our best in basically the previous roster, that Bleed Esports squad. Attacking side has always been one of the most convincing for them on this map. Spike going down. Here courtesy of Neff. And trying our best They already make it to the 5v3 rating. They have the numbers, they spot out Papachulo, and it's looking to be the beginning of the end for NAOS again.
Just heard.
Okay, who's got this?
Yeah, he can't find any angles at all. They were just waiting for him to embrace defeat. And this is so different from what we've seen from NAOS yesterday. They were so good at that first map. This time they can't bring that rhythm. And I fear what's going to happen here, if ever. They've been trying to go for these double satchel plays from the get-go, but again, Ja, he's put himself in a spot where it feels like he needs to make that happen for his team. He needs to make these plays, but it's not happening here at Daks. And trying our best, they're just goading him to keep doing it, and he's not been successful in these past couple of rounds.
I mean, they're just catching him as soon as he lands effectively. And who's meeting you in that first contact? Juicy? Neff? These guys have been playing together for so long already this year, and it just goes to show that trying our best coming into the lower bracket, once they have been brought to that elimination phase, they just said, we got to take it seriously, guys. We got to play a bit more to our standards. And so far, they are truly becoming the menace here that can eliminate you at a moment's notice. So they're moving towards A. NAOS, all they have are a few pistols, a buck even for Ja to work with now.
And this is just difficult, especially with, just as you mentioned, the weaker weapons that they've had. Maybe a nade can support Tesseract well enough, but you're seeing here Neff, he's placing his Rolling Thunder in the perfect spot where they're just about to swing against him. That recon guard's gonna spot out Ja. He's gonna feel a little bit more close to try to push with the Bucky, and even dies to the boom bot. This is not looking too hot at all. Juicy though does get shut down immediately by Wits, but that doesn't stop the push coming in from trying our best.
Yeah, Sans here on site already. They know Tesseract wanting to advance. Papachulo on the board, sure, but look at how clean the rest of trying our best is trying to keep this site. Tidy beats, and now they'll get the round. 9-1 as trying our best is just rampaging over NAOS right now.
Man. This is really painful for NAOS. Nothing is going their way. Are they gonna... There's two tactical timeouts that they can use even on the first half, right? Like, they can spread it out in the first half if they wanted to. I mean...
I'm not too sure.
Okay, we gotta double check that. But
the most I've seen is one per half.
Yeah, per half. Yeah. Anyways, the point I'm making here is another type of pause for NAOS here might actually be pretty important for them, because it feels like, again, they're getting a lot into their heads, feeling that pressure and getting caught by it.
Speaking of caught though, NAOS, they set the bait with the orb, but still
Styron.
trying our best, even on the lurk. Okay, Crazy Guy finishes the round. No need to rotate. We go next already. It's 10-1. And if I remember correctly, Asurai, this is NAOS's map pick. What is happening to them?
Right now, quite recently, it's just one thing. They're getting riled by certain sounds around the map. You saw Juicy there was just baiting NAOS to actually swing out. He was baiting himself for his team. Guys, I'm gonna pick up this orb. They're definitely gonna be trying to pick me off right here. So you just wait a little bit, see if they're gonna react, and if they do, clean up house, which they did. You saw Styron even get a off-cam kill with that lurk of his 2 on A. That would have actually secured them the round, but then this Crazy Guy takes a step further and basically just wins out the round by getting the 2 picks remaining on that C long angle.
Crazy Guy wanted to put the ribbon on the PS, basically. Put the name of the card, and now a delivery again from trying our best towards the C side. So they're gonna plant right now, a little further into the corner. Still allowing them that mount presence though, but the flank is where NAOS gonna try to play from. Showstoppers available, and Styron already spotting up potential contact. Here comes Ja. Showstoppers let loose. Wits though has taken too much damage, and Tesseract kills his own teammate. It's 4v3 for the time being. Hunter's Fury, and now we're trying our best to provide even more cover, and it's San with a kill of his own. Showstopper delivers damage but not demise. It's Neff instead, the Reaper, for trying our best. 11-1. This is a statement from trying our best.
NAOS even tried to basically switch things up, try to attack from multiple angles, but trying our best. They're so good at just being able to hold things off in that multiple fashion. One comes in for the flank. Sure, we're going to try to just catch them off. You're absolutely right. Tesseract hit his own teammate with his ultimate, but I mean, what could they do? He was trying to angle it up as much as he could. They tried to push up. Ja tried to use his own ultimate, the showstopper, and this is the word that keeps popping up, the try here for NAOS Esports, but the trying is not enough to beat down Trying Our Best, who, I mean, for their namesake, truly are in their best form in this tournament.
They're finally playing to the level that everyone expected them from day one. And it is such a scary beast to see a star-studded roster like this. Just dominating PH rep to Ascension from a few months back. Tesseract trying to get on through, trying our best though. They know they feel very confident from this point on. And Neff delivers already with the 2K. Styron here on site. And now a hope is made as they make their way onto the objective. So a safe plant for the time being. An advantage now in the numbers, yes, but the HP tells a different story.
Yeah, this is gonna wait for Crazy Guy to come in and help out. Crazy Guy's got a shock dart here, a recon dart that might just swing the tempo here. Papichulo's already activated the smoke. That's gonna make Zan a little bit cautious, but no! No, the smoke! You're gonna go for the pinch, not enough for a 180. What? He just popped shots through the smoke and Zan found him. Again, you talked about how low their HP was, but that was a little bit too far forward. And a little bit too unfortunate for NAOS.
They've been masters of Seaside here for trying our best. Well, attack, defense, they know the angles. The spam through, because it's a common angle to hold when you're trying to watch for waterfall. Crazy Guy probably giving Bit that intel, getting that shock dart going. And overall, trying our best. Can we just name it trying our bleed by this point? Because it's scary when they play to the level that we see them in the VCT circuit. This time out from NAOS, it has to be a force buy right now. Yeah. And compared to trying our best, NAOS is just looking to be completely lost right now. They stumbled on Ascent against Oasis, but now they're in a deep dive versus trying our best here on Lotus.
And it probably is also safe to say that NAOS is one of those teams that really feed off of the positivity of game wins for themselves. If what we're seeing from yesterday is true and it's kind of rippling right now today, right? They're still feeling that loss against Oasis Gaming. They're still feeling that maybe we could have done something different. Maybe we could be doing so much more. We know that we could win that, and that's probably just ruining their heads here up against trying our best. Of course, that's not to say trying our best is not playing well. They are playing exceedingly well here, not to take it away from them. So that just comboed in with NAOS's I guess hesitation, maybe the loss from yesterday. It's really put them in a certain slump here. They can't really match up trying our best in this state.
And trying our best now optimize. And the engineer of it all is Crazy Guy. Starts strong with the shot. The Owl drone scouts him out though. And, well, it's a bit dangerous. Even though he's getting scanned, the paranoia gonna be into play, and Neff is there to provide cover. Now let's start just walking into the meat grinder. This map is over, and trying our best takes the first one. 13-1 on the opposition's map pick. Trying our best, putting the best in their name.
Wow, just wow. What a game from trying our best here. We've seen some 13-4s here, Dax, but I think this is the first 13-1 that we've had for the Clash of Nations. Just an absolutely dominating performance here from trying our best up against a NAOS that was struggling from the get-go. And it really goes to show they tried so many things in that first game. They were double satcheling in, trying to create a lot of zone of control in certain positions around the map, especially when NAOS was still on the defending side, and it still didn't work out here for trying your best. They had one simple formula: spread out, get picks, and then follow through from that, and it kept working every single time.
And you can see already the level of talent on this roster.
Yes.
My PC crashed.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I can still see you. You're still talking from the looks of it. All right. So I don't know. Are you still there with us, brother? Well, okay. You can hear us. Can you talk?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah!
Oh, it was just my browser. It was my browser.
Okay.
It's all good. All good. I'm like, And anyway, all I want to say, these guys are Pacific level.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to Pacific for good reason, aka
Yeah.
Crazy Guy. And it's just, come on. The stats say it all. 16 for Crazy Guy, 15 for Neff. It's just an incredible utility line that Trying Our Best has that enables all of these rounds to be so sublime from them.
Wow. Like the terminology. Sublime from for Trying Our Best here. Definitely a
They're more than enough, okay?
Yeah. They're concentric or extravagant. I don't know. All right, we're moving past that, but we're moving towards this. Ladies and gentlemen, there still is a chance for NAOS, but the overwhelming odds, the performance from Trying Our Best is a statement that shows that if you cannot handle us at the very start, you're not going to be able to handle us as the game progresses. So that's going to be a huge thing to deal here for NAOS. That I would like to correct myself. Breeze, they haven't played it since last year because of the Breeze changes and everything. So we're going to go on a break, guys. When we come back, it's game number 2, and we'll see if NAOS survives.
You love it, you wear it.
Wear your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
We ain't in the same league, not even the same game. Going all in, I'm just trying to maintain. Y'all don't want me to win. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face. Think it gon' be me? Good luck, that's a long shot. Got the ball, full field ahead. I ain't gon' stop. If I ever fall, I'ma still end up on top. Right now, I'm feeling like everything that you're not. If I was you, I would probably feel the same way. Winning in my blood, something that I can't change. If I was you, I would probably feel the same way. We ain't in the same league, not even the same game. Going all in, I'm just trying to maintain. Y'all don't want me to win. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face. We ain't in the same league, not even the same game. Going all in, I'm just trying to maintain. Y'all don't want me to win. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face.
Gotta be in first place. Second's just the first to lose. Working in the gym, taking shots, I'm trying to perfect my moves. Early bird gets the worm, I don't got time to snooze. I'm not in the frat, but every year I still pay my dues. Do it for mama dues. Wanna get a house with a pool and an amazing view, so she could watch her son do what he wanna do. Cause lately I've been ballin' like an alley-oop.
We ain't in the same league, not even the same game. Going all in, I'm just trying to maintain. Y'all don't want me to win. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face. We ain't in the same league, not even the same game. Going all in, I'm just trying to maintain. Y'all don't want me to win. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face. I can see it on your face.
telling me you good forever. Hey, came up on a check, got a lot of friends now. It's funny how they switching up. Came up on a check, all of a sudden they been down. It's funny how they switching up. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. When you get some money, they gon' always want you close. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. They gon' wanna act like they was with you when you broke. Came through, I pulled up in something new. Now they won't tell me they coming soon. It's been like 10 years of silence. How you gon' tell me you riding? I remember working nights with my homie on my side. We was praying, hoping things get better. I've been steady on the grind, now it's money on the line. Calling, telling me you good forever. Hey, came up on a check, got a lot of friends now. It's funny how they switching up. Came up on a check, all of a sudden they been down. It's funny how they switching up. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. When you get some money, they gon' always want you close. You already know, yeah, just how it goes. They gon' wanna act like they was with you when you broke.
What it is, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to our broadcast here at Clash of Nations 2023 Southeast Asia Qualifier. Of course, my name is Asurai. With me now is Daks. We're having a little bit of fun on that intro. And of course, we're coming back for this follow-up on the series. Map number 2 is about to begin between NAOS and Trying Our Best.
Dude, my PC staved off a blue screen mid-broadcast. I think I wish it didn't after what you just said there. That was such a hip intro there, Asurai, but what isn't hip for this series is the fact that NAOS struggle is an understatement. They were completely thrashed by Trying Our Best in that first map, and it's a heartbreaker for them because they picked up Lotus feeling a bit more confident after the results versus Oasis Gaming. But there is a reason why Trying Our Best has this configuration right now. You have Crazy Guy, you have Neff controlling the battlefield together, coordinating so effectively with Juicy, and then it just all clicks along the way. It's been an incredible approach from Trying Our Best. Now we move into Breeze, their own map pick. When sure, there's an element of mystery, but if you have Juicy all fired up, you know that frontline is possible alongside San if they want to run that double duelist that they've tried to do so before.
Absolutely. So here's at least a metric for both of the teams is even with me looking at the stats here from Bleed, nobody has played Breeze for a very, very long time.
It wasn't in the map pool.
It wasn't in the map pool for a very, very long time. So we're going to have to at least kind of figure things out. I think the only thing that might change here is we might not be looking at the chamber anymore. Viper's still going to be something. Omen's possibly going to be something here. Maybe, I know I've been talking about this for like the past couple of days, maybe even a Harbor as his utility has been pretty good. We did see Fancy yesterday utilize, I believe, the Gecko combo there. So really good combination that they have used. So maybe we'll see some of these teams try to utilize that for themselves. There's so many things that you can try to do on Breeze right now. And another thing, just to add for Breeze map, hulls is pretty much nada. You don't really need to do anything on hulls. Just let it be. You know, it's a non-factor for holding anything.
There's a hulls on this map. Hello. I think you're imagining things, that's right. You're gonna tell me that the cave wasn't always collapsed like that? Come on, bro. This is a different dimension you're playing from. But in the end, we're gonna be going to that second map, and I would be a big fan of running the Viper and the Harbor together. It feels like double control, double initiator is a possibility for this map. But then on the other side, if Trying Our Best are still willing to bring out the duelist in San, Juicy can go for the chamber. I'm honestly a bit understanding why NAOS doesn't run the chamber if Joss gonna be on it, because who's gonna be playing that duelist, right? If that's the case, would it have to be Wits yet again after so long? But this is an interesting one because you have so much utility for Wits and the rest of NAOS, right? But then on the other side, just the potential for Juicy to find that small timing, that small window, and a single shot enough from any distance to kill you.
Well, this is going to be quite the interesting fact as well, because Zan, this has been the one time that we're seeing him back on a duelist after Trying Our Best kind of pivoted their performance here in Clash of Nations. Remember, when they started off their fight up against Boom Esports, Zan was struggling so much in the double duelist comp for Trying Our Best, and this time he's going to be the only duelist here for this this team. Of course, again, it is a pivot already for Trying Our Best here, so maybe there's going to be some bit of difference. I do like the bravado here for Zan. He immediately goes up onto the Sheriff, so you know how much confidence he is looking to kind of showcase, or not kind of, but showcase in the first round here on Breeze.
I'm going to give big props to Trying Our Best. They basically had a safety net for San, who struggled immensely on that first day, on that duelist. Put him more so on the role for utility. Now that he's feeling more confident, he's been hitting nutty shots also all throughout the past few days. He's ready now to draw first blood, and there you go. This can be the beginning of the Sand show. But the Cove, though, in the way. Could be a bit of a problem to actually get the hell out of there. And instead, it will be utility answering the plant. Crazy guy blinded now. Nexi gonna be able to get that takedown. Sand in response, though, fighting back. Dashes in. Actually dashing to the side. Just trying to make a bit of that noise. Siren's dead with the swing. And now is holding on the default. Sand, he's gotten 3. He's still alive. 1v2 now. And Trying Our Best. They're actually still able to fight back with wits. Another plan. Fade away there. Juicy, though, snapping back to the other side, avoiding the suppress, but Wits will understand the sound cue. Here's Juicy coming. NAOS will clutch it to win the pistol.
There's an awkward moment there where Crazy Guy just didn't react once the smoke fell. Maybe because he was still flashed. He didn't had time to react because he was blinded. But in any case, that was a big thing for NAOS, just because they still were able to take hold of the default A spot on the site because of that particular takedown. So with this, NAOS start themselves off with a round, and immediately look at how much they set up their firepower all into Bulldogs, all into those big shields, and Nexi's the only one gonna be using a Guardian with half. So now push on mid. It's looking a little bit good here for NAOS, but there's a trade-off as well.
Yeah, Tesseract gets overrun, and that's a gun in the hands of San, who's heated up after that Sheriff round. A possibility, though, for NAOS to make haste onto the site. Neff cleared out quickly. So from this point on, the advance from NAOS looking very secure. You have the High Tide also providing a lot of cover. So NAOS, they have all this utility. They have the site in their clutches.
I'm really liking the double controller here, especially with that double wall of smoke. It just covers so much of the big map that is Breeze. Styron, who actually picked up the Bulldog? Oh, they gave it to Zan, I think. Yeah, okay. So he's going to be pushing up on B main. I thought it was Styron all the way through halls here. They're not pushing up. They're maybe coaxing NAOS to actually go for these picks while they try to exit frag. And again, they just don't want to give away those ult charges. You can see the double up right now from Zan and Crazy Guy all the way through the positioning on Nest here, and they don't know about this. Jaws just looking to get the one first on the left, but they're here coming on the right. Here it is. Oh, and Zan cleans up too. This is looking to be a pretty expensive round right now for NAOS. They somehow managed to pick up Zan.
And if you do the math, Zan is now 1 away from the Blade Storm, I believe. So potential firepower in the hands of Trying Our Best. They compound it with the Operator as they go for their full buy. And now it's Esports. It was a lot more costly than they expect. So the bonus not going to be as well equipped as they would like. But they still have so much utility. And I agree with you, Asurai. Them running double initiator, double controller, it really fits the roster that they have right now, who has built so much renown on more utility-based agents. So let's see what NAOS can do from this point on. Cascading into the mid doors, providing that cover. They're really vie for mid control just to try and take Nest away from Trying Our Best.
And I really like it, just to kind of add things up, because it allows them to not really have to cover so much ground, which I think is a big struggle right now for NAOS when you have that double controller. But then I say that, I think Crazy Guy gets a pick very cleanly on mid. It's gonna again reduce their capability to get a pick, or rather a push, now that they've lost Jaw, their quick dashing duelist. And Crazy Guy, he's not done. He even gets a second.
I'm honestly surprised that they're not throwing a utility for that, a wall perhaps, to even let them cross. They
This one
could've-
kind of failed.
Yeah,
the Viper.
exactly. And this time around, it's Wits instead, and Cesarac opening things up. So good patience play from Crazy Guy. Still sticking around onto the high ground. And well done with the angle also. Knows exactly where it curves here by the boxes. It's Crazy Guy building an empire of bones. And with 4 on the board, he's on pace perhaps for an ace. No, San will take it away with a single shot to spare. It's Trying Our Best who get around now.
Crazy Guy's so good. He's just he knows the lay of the land, even with the wall being put up in his face. Thought that it could be thought that they could use that against Crazy Guy, but no, he used it against them perfectly. Wits trying to cross in, and Crazy Guy just dips back in for that 4K. Absolutely devastating hold right now for Trying Our Best here, and with them just again being able to build up all of these rounds. Juicy's already holding an operator, and we know how terrifying he can really be once he holds on to that sniper.
And I feel like for NAOS, they need to be more wary how they play mid. You'd think, right? You have Jot on top of the boxes there. He might be able to get the hold. He just gets surprised by Crazy Guy after they got the initial intel that no one was there in the first place. And a timing swing here from Trying Our Best is going to be able to get the catch out onto NAOS multiple times if they don't smoke it out, if they don't flash it when they have so much utility to work with.
It's just, again, the lineup game's just not working out in favor of NAOS here. Zan backs away quickly as it does get tagged by the KO Blade. Doesn't matter just yet for now. No one pushes out on elbow here. Juicy. Ooh, no one's even checking his position! And he drops back, but there is going to be utilization of that open hit as they try to push in, but there's so many players here from Trying Our Best.
Yeah, Trying Our Best. Still going for a hold by Broken Wall. Wits on the ground getting picked up, and as the walls goes down, this is timing here for Trying Our Best. As Crazy Guy Siron, they get on the board. Wits is just refragged effectively. Nexy's the only one still standing. Nexy though, a beautiful shot. Will it be a beginning again here for NAOS? 1v1 now. Crazy Guy has been on point all throughout. And another evidence to that claim. It's 2-2 as we're tied up.
Damn, Nexy was starting to heat up there, but Crazy Guy, he's blistering. He's already set a blaze every single time. The way that he plays is so well coordinated. You knew that Nexy was already panicking. He was swinging so quick to the left, so quick to the right, trying to see where his opponent is encroaching. Crazy Guy basically crab walks him and slowly but surely this again eliminates his opponent. Man, that double wall dropping down in the nick just to catch both Wit and teammate being revived. That is painful to see here if you're, again, supporting NAOS.
I'm just impressed to say the least here from Trying Our Best. It really feels like it's such a high tier game that we're getting here. Incredible caliber of talents as Neff now just able to dangle a bit of a flash in front of Ja. Find him there with the kill. And as Juicy's also holding with the operator, they see the cascade, the swing comes, Wits is expecting it. They also expect the close contact. Siron though with a push, and Trying Our Best have taken the fight to NAOS. Nexy, the only one still standing yet again. Another pillar keeping him in cover. But eventually, Crazy Guy, he will fall to the hand of Nexy. Styron trades it up. It's a bit of revenge for Nexy, sure, but Trying Our Best, they take the lead from this point on.
Doesn't matter. The pinch was so quick. I honestly thought that Juicy and Neff here might not have gotten that value, but then out of nowhere, we saw another push coming in from double door, and that's just going to be Crazy Guy able to, again, set it ablaze alongside, I believe that was Styron. How quickly is Trying Our Best reading the situation? How quickly are they able to respond to NAOS, and how slowly NAOS have been approaching this one by one? It feels like they're a whole lot more in that position, but they're spread apart. Their timing is so off, or rather slow, that, again, they're getting outpaced by Trying Our Best.
Yeah, Trying Our Best has found so many ways to just put a stop to this NAOS approach towards mid. Look at it, because now they're moving into shop. They want to try to go for a more of a default play, and they're going to rely on the harbor wall to do so, since they set up the top screen on the other side of the map. Reckoning though Answered by the Hunter's Fury. Now Esports can't even cross, and they lose Lexi at the start of this fight. So already trying our best. They got the pick. They're holding back and waiting for the retake, if ever.
Oh, Crazy Guy got picked off, though. It's a huge step in the right direction. Cascade used. Neff's holding the corner here. Witch trying to do the same thing. Flashes through the burst. That's going to be the insta-pick. And this wall is just separating. NAOS Esports. Amacho's going to have to hold off on his own because now Ja is picked off. 2 versus 2. The White Swing doesn't phase Siren at all. Where is Witch? On the box trap. But no, he's the one taking the bite. Viper's Pit as a form of retaliation to push through.
Oh.
Styron's so aware.
What a
Styron
read.
timing is perfect. And again, NAOS just cannot break through.
I love the angle taken there by Styron. If he's defusing like that, he's gonna see Wits faster than he can see him in that Viper Spit with the highlight. And well done by trying our best. You mentioned a while ago, we saw that Toxic String be a bother towards NAOS Esports. It's just the confidence of trying our best and the caliber of their dual potential. They just win those angles, they win those fights, and they can handle playing separate from one another after the initial burst of utility because they feel like they can win against NAOS in that manner.
So what's the adjustment here for NAOS now that they've called again another timeout, right? Is it going to be, because it's only of 2 things that they can try to move their way to, right? It's either they commit the set plays or they focus more on just having their individuals 1v1 trying your best in a certain kind of way, right? They throw their abilities and just try to isolate as many fights as they can and just try to win those fights. And again, it's easier said than done. It might be even the wrong assumption from what I'm speaking about here, but it just feels like that's the only thing that they can try to do now.
You should be more confident, Asurai. You should be like how you are in the gym.
Whoa.
But I feel like for NAOS, they have an advantage here. Once they get that spike down, they have that double control. They have so many ways to try and separate, trying our best. It's just not happening as much because they feel like the initial positions are enough to challenge initially. So
Yeah.
what else can NAOS really do? They have the KO. They have the Sky Flashes. I feel like those are going to be paramount to just try and stop the ones oncoming into them rather than just clearing out the angles that they expect someone to try and peek from.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's a very contrasting set of plays here for both the teams. If you think about trying our best, it's each individual player trying to do multiple things. While for NAOS Esports, it's the whole thing, it's the whole team trying to do one thing first. And it really is pretty apparent. And you might think that that's a difficult thing, or that's probably a bad thing for trying our best. But since they're just so good at receiving contact with those 2 kills, as an example, it's so hard for NAOS to make anything happen when they try to go for something as a team.
Any byproduct of bleed is a sharp shot, and trying our best, we're seeing it again and again. They just hit those, they just win those. And San also stepping up the similar plates. So this is just trying our best activated in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
It really feels like Asurai ever since that last map in their last series.
30
that third
seconds
map
left.
versus Dominatos. Things have changed for trying our best. The methods have been a bit more different. Decision making is so much more wiser. And the aim is exemplified as a result. So the execute comes from the last 2 members of NAOS on to be Juicy, already shutting down Papichulo. Ja with the fight back at least. But the operator should be able to get picked up by trying her best. Another round to the defense.
So here's 2 things that I wanted to just bring out. You know, being able to watch these teams, of course, for now, since they're from the Philippines, we've seen them multiple times on LAN, and even actually the players of Trying Our Best that are, of course, from Bleed that we've seen in Ascension Pacific. 2 things. Once now starts to go into a spiral, they get very quiet, Daks. And in terms of communication, that's not what you want to happen when you're being this bullied out by Trying Our Best. And Trying Our Best, very vocal team. When we were watching in the stands, they were just very loud. And again, it shows how much confidence, how much verbal communication helps them out. He can even TP out from this one. The pick. Neff assists. Try again for Juicy here as he re-peeks on Tunnel. Jaw's trying to clear the corner, but Juicy has him locked in his sights. And Jaw just deters back onto B main where Neff and Zan are waiting.
It's just so oppressive here from Trying Our Best. Juicy is your sharpshooter on this roster, and he's assisted by the likes of Nif, the likes of San on other angles. It just works so well for trying our best. And now as Esports is the one caught again and again. The wall drops, and through the veil, Nef will unleash the 3K for his own liking. Get a fourth along the way. It's a flawless win for trying our best yet again. And this is truly them activated.
And trying our best is in such great form here. I don't want to say in their best form, because obviously with the previous team that they have been playing with, they've had better forms. But this is an incredible show of force here from trying our best. They are... How many deaths do they have? 5, 4, sub 6. And while NAOS is 8, nearing 10 for 2 more rounds, if ever that happens. Looking quickly into how much money or what is available here for NAOS on the push. They've only got the pistols. They're going to try to shock and awe here on B. The flash could catch Juicy here. But no, the Cascade, there's still an opening, and he might be able to hit a shot. The dash, though, a little bit too much for him to handle.
Yeah, and especially that he went into that toxic screen, made his vision a lot more difficult to work with. So a chance now for NAOS to go for the quick execute just to make their way towards B. It's Tyron, though, finding Nexi Wit's response in kind. And this is a heartbeat now being heard by NAOS. Sando moving forward. Wits will fall. The dash on out. 5 HP left still. Ja will just give chase. Tesseract is there. Now it's Esports. There's a pulse here, Doc. They're gonna fight back and get the Rifty.
Save the operator, maybe. Give it to Ja for an initial pick. Not gonna happen this time, but you're absolutely right. NAOS finds themselves a heartbeat there as they push in. There's nothing else left for them to lose, so might as well just try to rush their way into the site. Able to find Juicy by himself, and Juicy unfortunately not able to hit any of the 2 shots that he tried to use. And speaking of Juicy, I thought they were gonna go just for the rifles, but they decided to go for the double operator. Shock and awe is what's happening here in the second map. One in B main, one in mid. Zan gets pushed back, but he has a dash. If he's feeling aggressive, he's feeling confident, he can try to just rush this out, while Styron is going to be holding on A main. And the rest of NAOS, as you can see, is preparing to go for that push.
I mean, they have 2 players that are good for it right here, right now. I'd even dare say they probably have a full roster, a minimum of 3, that are so stellar at hitting those kind of shots. But San trying to find any kind of angle to poke from the high side, making it difficult for trying your best. What's even worse is there's a toxic screen. So NAOS have decided to put all their eggs in one basket for the push. I love the call here from NAOS, but Crazy Guy will enjoy that kill even more so. Reckoning providing pressure, and Intel Ja will take advantage with the transfers, but San is able to step on him with the off. Blades out to 3v3 into the sea of green we go, and San is able to cut down Nexi, cut down Wits. Here we go again. It's down to the 1v1, but Crazy Guy is just so sane in these clutch moments. He understands what to do, and get this, it's 7-3 now.
All right, Crazy Guy, we know he's able to perform. Zan, oh my god, that flick with the blade is insane. I honestly thought Ja was going to be able to pick up 3, but you're absolutely right. He stomped on Ja and willingly, heroically pushed through inside the Viper pit. Somehow manages to find the one right to the side of him through the fog of war, and still hits a shot, pushes them back. Wits gets cleared up. How do they keep managing to do this, and still they have that double operator? Still they have the possibility to get the sniper rolling for them. Oh boy.
It's just been an impressive effort from trying our best. You see the logic there from NAOS. Just use the walls to keep the timings going, to have a safe haven to work with. But there's no safety when you're facing off against San, when you're facing off Crazy Guy. And Juicy also looking to get an accolade like that. The dart is here though, and Papichulo fights Crazy Guy. Big pick to begin with here for NAOS Esports. We hear the Tour de Force, but that tour is cancelled as it's a 4v2. NAOS have gotten beat yet again. And Wits, he's waiting for close contact if ever a flash possible versus Styron.
Spike gonna get planted here. Able to overwhelm Wits. Does he actually spot Styron into the corner here? Now he does. As the pop shots come through, Crazy Guy gonna be pinching on the other side. position for Nexi is really solid right now. He's underneath. Actually, sorry, that's not Crazy Guy. That's Sana. For a second, I thought the ponytail was Sova's. No, he's not going to know about this. Yeah, I guess it's a shot that's going to be Styron all the way on Arch, all the way on McDonald's.
Yeah, well, here comes Wits. Can he take your order? Styron trying to find a happy meal along the way, but Tesseract denies it. And it's NAOS Esports who'll take their 4th round. So, A-side, a little bit danger if San pops off. Here, coming into B, they catch out Crazy Guy, they overrun Juicy, and it does feel like here for NAOS, the only answer coming into the last round of the first half is to hustle and overwhelm, trying your best as soon as possible.
Yep. I mean, they did that the round before this one, and it actually worked for them. That A side, technically, it's just the retaking prowess that trying our best kind of just beat them at. But you're absolutely right. Hustling into the side as fast as they can and mitigating the line of sight here for trying our best with the double controller is going to be huge. Having that Seeker is going to be something as well. You can see Zan already here trying to go for that above angle, and he's hitting some shots.
I mean, it took a while, and now it's because of that. Trying our best. Have established a foothold yet again, preventing the push from even getting started. Nexi's all alone. Neff knows that it's an easy way to scout out what's going on with Trailblazer. When's the swing gonna come? The Owl Drone's next. It's all the toys trying our best will utilize to play with their final victim. And look at this at the end of the half. 8-4 in favor of trying our best.
Still a better half than what we saw from the previous map. Bit of copium there, but we have seen some games, you know, with 8-4 swing very quickly for the lesser round team, if ever. But again, don't want to sound weird here, but not weird, but like bias to NAOS, because again, people might point it out. People might point it out. Just saying, trying your best have been just absolutely dominating here. But here's the question. How does Zan perform when he's going to be the one charging into the side, when he's going to be not the person retaking, rather taking away from NAOS? How well can he actually make it happen?
Look, if anyone ever says Asurai is biased, I'll just laugh at you. If anyone ever says Asurai is weird, I will agree with you 110%. But it just was unfortunate for NAOS. The Seeker was trying to actually find Sand there, but it took a little while for them to realize what was going on. And the adjustment on a round-per-round basis, trying our best is so much faster at making these decisions compared to NAOS. And it has given them that buffer to work with. They go for mid also, but watch out for the double doors. As Ja can't actually push from that. Wit's already finding San. A surprise towards trying our best, who have been stalled for the time being. Because of it, NAOS, they back on the way. Look to reset themselves onto the sites. But here's Crazy Guy transiting though towards the tunnel. Here comes a fragment to keep him suppressed. And speaking of, suppress is there. The flash is into play. And NAOS playing so wisely now on the defense.
Able to catch out these segmented attacks here for trying our best, leaving only two to fend off Siron as well as Crazy Guy. Crazy Guy picks up the spike here. There's not really enough time to kind of wiggle their way to a site if Siron can get a pick, which he cannot. Ja denies. And Crazy Guy just booking it here on Caves. There's still two about to swing in 15 seconds. There's not really a lot of time. It's either he gets a pick and then just safely plants that spike. Ja is low. So there's a chance here where he can maybe make that happen. He's trying to cross ever so slowly, but it's not going to be allowed by NAOS as they clean this up on the pistol with the flawless.
I mean, it's much needed, but NAOS is honestly one of the more calm teams from the PH scene. The mental fortitude on a roster that has been through so much together, especially the journeys of Wits for journeys of Papi Chulo and Ja. You have Nexi from that Oasis roster before. You have Tesseract from South Asia, especially Orangutan. This is a team that can build a comeback. And what happened in the first map, they just weren't given a scoreline to utilize. So at least they got 4 in the first half. They have the pistol, they have the anti-eco. And there's a chance for them to establish a foothold in the scoreline now. Ja, though, he's participating in the flash. Here comes the push. It's a 1-for-1, and that's a gun to be picked up by trying our best. But Wits has a better angle, and this stops trying our best now.
Juicy's gonna start to try to do something here on double door. Not gonna happen. Styron's alone. The Cove giving him a little bit of cover. No picked up weapons, just a pistol in hand. Now gets himself a little bit of isolation with that wall. Wits, flash, peek. That's the kill.
And this is how NAOS rally. When you see Wits find a good angle to play from and rack up those kills, it's usually a good sign for NAOS that their positioning across the map is a lot more clear-cut. And also watching out for Papichulo. If he can get this Reckoning as early as possible, it's gonna be so helpful in any kind of scenario. You need some stuns versus Juicy if he picks up the operator. You need to get the catch onto San once he lands. And right now, NAOS Esports, this is a round which they can really try and swing things in their favor. The Cloud Dot thrown over onto double doors, trying their best. Their presence moving into shops now.
Look at how different NAOS are playing on this defense here. A lot more brave to push through things. Papichulo is going to try to isolate. Oh, stun. Might need the help of Wits here so that he doesn't get overwhelmed. He's hiding very well inside his own smoke. Wits gets tagged though, so that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. But the push continues for trying our best, and here comes the plant on the spike.
Oh, Neff has to deal with the cascade, and you see how oppressive the double wall setup can be, but the angle better there for trying your best. Papichulo holding the line onto the side, and with Ja, the only one still standing. 2v1 makes the 1v1, dashing into cover. Ja! It was possible, but Crazy Guy, he can just always do it better than you. 9-6, but that was an incredible bonus for NAOS anyway.
Wow. Crazy Guy. I know we don't have too many of the stats here, but it just feels like every single opponent that has tried to clutch against Crazy Guy has lost. So this guy's clutch percentage is skyrocketing right now, Dax. Again, it was a bonus here for NAOS Esports, but every round trying our best gets, even through that bonus of theirs, is just one step, again, closer to victory, especially with NAOS again playing from that back end as we are looking at the scoreboard 9-6.
Yeah, his 1v1 prowess is unparalleled right now from what we've seen so far. And if Crazy Guy is the last one standing, you know the round isn't over. If he's the first to fall, or you get 2 for the price of 1, Ja just barbecues Juicy and Sand there. And it's incredibly well placed for NAOS. A commanding sound and commanding collateral to just stop trying our best immediately.
All brought to you by the new skin, the Wukong Operator. I don't know, that's not what it's called, but it's his skin line. Moving forward.
Yes, the Monkey King, man.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Headshot angle. Let's see who taps better. Wits allows Styron to cross there, but Papichulo is going to be the bodyguard here, security guard for double doors. Neff comes in. Perfect flash onto Wits, but Papichulo is still looming around the corner to get that quick refrag.
the round was kind of over as soon as the collateral came.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now this is what we're talking about. Things are swinging now in their favor. Yes, they didn't win their bonus, but that was already incredible damage done. As soon as they bought that up, had the right read on where Trying Our Best was going to go from, it was just everything that they worked so hard on in the past 4 rounds, or past 3 rounds rather, finally giving them that treasure, giving them that conclusion in that 4th. So this is a chance for them to move yet again forward for another round. Papichulo is waiting for any kind of contact. They know Trying Our Best are on an eco state. You can see the fragment with the high tide. It's making it even more difficult for Trying Our Best to actually cross. Trailblazer doesn't get the stun. San, though, hesitating to go for the swing. The flash, though, gets connection. San peaks, but it's not enough to actually push with. And from this point on, the retake, it's going to be online with no command.
We still have a reckoning too to retake this if ever it gets a tad bit too hairy. Snakebite actually depleting the HP of the triple stack on the spike, and this is going terribly wrong right now for the push. Well, of Trying Our Best. Crazy Guy threw the smoke though. Actually picks up his own teammate with the shot guard. Not gonna matter, and that's going to be a retake here. Now it's just 1 away from equalizing.
Yeah, poor Styron, because Crazy Guy was just spamming it towards the spike to go for a bit of a stall or two. In the end, though, NAOS Esports have built the economy, have built the rally, and are 1 away from tying things up. A slow start from NAOS in the first map is an understatement. It was them basically falling apart on their own map pick. But here on Breeze, they're trying to recover. And this is a round that can define the rest of this half here. Asurai, Ja has the blades ready. He has enough money to buy on up just in case into the next one if he does want to. But we heard it from Juicy. Trying our best with Tour de Force. Papi Chulo with the swing is just punished by the spam from San. And Wits watches his own teammate die in front of him. He's gonna try to hold, but to no avail. This is trying our best on site again.
Oh, that's a very high dart. Actually could have spotted John there if he didn't get back into the corner. Zan's pretty far forward here. I wonder if they're aware of it. You can see both of the players here from NAOS just looking towards that block for that pyramid on the side. And we have one more player remaining next. He's stuck on the stairs and he'll trip up and actually fall down them.
There's just been cascading effects for both teams right now. And as soon as Papichulo fell, there was just no real way for them to hold that angle. You don't have things like the Cove anymore, the cascades to slow things down. You're not going to have that second wall, that reckoning. And now as Esports, they crumble when they could have actually tied things up. But there's still a chance here with the operator. Only problem, Juicy has gotten an up of his own. It's going to be a critical duel to win towards B because he has that spike. But the rest are trying their best. They're heading towards A. Ja wants to peek this. He does find the angle, but the shots, it doesn't ring true the way he would like. Nexi, though, he is spotted. He is cleared. Here comes San yet again to get onto the inside. And it's chaos being unleashed onto A, but Ja gets one of his own. It's 4v4. San now putting the advantage back. And look at the scramble here made by trying our best. Nefto caught in the act crossing. So now they might be thinking, this might not be an A take. This can be elsewhere. But they want to go for the clear. They go for the reckoning just to confirm it. And Wits will fall. So eventually the fake is sold here by San by staying along. And the damage has been done. It's 2v2.
That's so far too. They're gonna burn so much time just trying to run their way onto that B side. And what's even worse about this, if you look at Crazy Guy, he's placed himself for a long-range Hunter's Fury. Might not even matter because Juicy is here to pick up the double kill with the operator.
So much hesitation there that NAOS had to deal with just because they didn't know which side it was gonna target. And you can see San doing God's work, doing everything he can. And this time around, he was just an MVP for not just that round, but for most of this map right now, Asurai. He's hitting these shots, he's getting these openings, and he's causing so much chaos that NAOS is forced to look on away. While we did see NAOS find the mid push, find the cross from the middle to the cannons, it just wasn't enough to really define the round. Just because Trying Our Best still had someone there stationed, they had a position to even plant from, and that big mystery, Trying Our Best, springing onto NAOS. That's so smart.
It absolutely is. And again, they had to use so much utility just to see if it was still that A side. And then after that, they've already burned so much time. Again, you have to remember that transitioning from A to B on almost any map is like 15 to 20 seconds. And that's half of the timer when the spike has just been diffused. So they had to just run and hope, again, that they can maybe have a foothold and start clearing up that site. But once they couldn't find Crazy Guy, once they couldn't deal with that operator from Juicy, what else could have NAOS done at that junction? In any case, Ja still gonna have his operator. Is he gonna try to go again for some peek here on any main? Actually, no, gonna try for mid this time, as he hopes to get that early pick for his team. He tried it the last round, it didn't work. And this time he's going to try to do it again. He's expended his tailwind already. Lots of noise being done on A main, plus the flash. They know someone's there. You can see Trying Our Best. Not actually committing to the fight just yet. Waiting for a bit of stimuli here from NAOS.
And just because of that last round, they hold back more so towards A. You have Papichulo playing the further angle. And instead, a possible mid-hold for NAOS. is established. You got the up, you got the flash. Can really help out Ja in a pinch if ever, but Juicy is looking to challenge soon. It's Ja who will spot him, but Juicy, just a better angle and a better shot in that instant. A pick here for trying your best. A chance to move in very soon.
Without Wit, or rather without Ja there, firepower might be dwindling here for them. You can see Juicy just playing so far on mid, holding those crosses. He does have this trap right there. There's the noise. Here's the push. And look at that, even through the Hunter's Fury, they're getting some picks. They're using this as a bit of cover. And Wits can't even figure out where his opponent is. Tesseract does get the frag, but I mean, he's lost control fully onto the site. They're still wanting to get the pick before they actually start planting. Now they will. 2 versus 4 before we get into match point here, possibly for trying our best.
Yeah, and Snakebite a little too late in the party. Trying our best now. Just besting the opposition in front of them. Neff with a 2K. And this is it. Series point now for trying our best. Looking to eliminate NAOS from the tournament.
Ooh. So strong. Absolutely phenomenal contact here for trying our best. I mean, they're okay taking damage from their own utilities. I mean, again, you take less damage from your teammates' abilities, right? Zan is an expert at doing that. He's been using his own teammates' abilities as cover, allows him to push through. Of course, NAOS will have to respect that because they don't want to get caught in some weird crossfire here. And Zan just... Oh, no.
I have the spike.
Oh, no.
Just gone from the round. And with that, the hopes of NAOS dwindle even further. The default 2-2 setup left. Got Juicy though, marking a target, and another one bites the dust. Here you go for good measure. The and one there for Juicy. And from this point, it's B looking clear to be the way for victory for trying our best. NAOS left with only the scraps to really spare. And this will be a final countdown to their destruction.
They're all the way on A2, so they're going to have to go just basically tuck tail and run through B.
They won't know.
Yep. He's got one of the best angles right there. He drops down and gets Wits. That's going to be it. No, Zan's there.
Wanted to be stylish there for Neff. But what we saw was just an absolute bleed out. Trying our best. They're really proving that they're the best here in the lower bracket right now. They eliminate NAOS Esports. They move on to continue in our tourney.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this. Again, how strong Trying Your Best really has been. The pivot that they've done in this tournament. They've gotten 3 series already down in the bag here, including this one. They lost to Boom Esports terribly. They were able to basically outright dominate Dominatus, and now here against NAOS Esports, they solidify, as you mentioned, their status as being one of the best teams that we have here on Clash of Nations. An absolutely stellar performance for Trying Our Best, and NAOS Esports, like I mentioned again, has been eliminated, keeping the dream alive for Trying Our Best. So they're now just gonna wait who wins that next series. Will they have a rematch against Boom, or is it Pandemonium to step up to that plate?
And just Trying Our Best is proving to be one of the titans of the SCA Closed Qualifier. It's what has been expected from them. They're, in a way, the dark horse of the tourney, just because they're not as much as an official team compared to the other teams that are in this bracket right now, especially our qualified, or rather, our invited teams. But then again, you look at the names and you look at the results. Sure, you have Crazy Guy doing Crazy Guy things, winning 1v1s left, right, and center. You have Juicy hitting stellar shots from afar. But this was a day to remember for San. He's back, he's ready, and he wants vengeance with 22 kills versus NAOS Esports in this outing. It is proof that they can run with him in the front line too.
He found his rhythm. He found his groove. And it looks absolutely phenomenal right now. You've said already all the pieces for Zan. We'll just leave it at that. Absolutely stellar performance for him. And this just looks like Trying Our Best is creating that lower bracket run for themselves. They only need to deal with one more team. Or rather, how many teams actually do they have to deal with to get back into the grand finals if they can?
Two.
Two. Okay, 2 teams. If they can make it, and then we'll see how this goes for them. In any case, of course, just a quick little recap of the series. The first 13-1 that we've had in this entire tournament, and is again that first map between these two, NAOS and Trying Our Best.
It just feels like for NAOS, they were already dug into a shallow grave from that first map, and while they tried to reach out and climb out of it, they were just put back there by Trying Our Best coming into Braze, which was the map pick of Trying Our Best anyway. Overall, it was unfortunate. I feel like for NAOS, they just woke up too late to the series. You had a great game there for Wits coming into Braze. You had big pop-off moments there from Ja. You had Papi Chulo coming online a little bit more so as well. But from the starting gates, Trying Our Best were already at 100%, and they even moved past that needle moving forward. And I can't wait to see what's next for them.
They're breaking limits here in Clash of Nations, so we'll just have to see how this continues, guys, while we prepare for our next series, Boom Esports versus Pandemonium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You love it, you wear it.
Wear your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Got a one-way ticket, no more turning back. Sick and tired of your games, hit the road like Jack. I'm no longer yours, I just named the price. Found myself some freedom, gave me
the low. Meet me in a city where nobody ever go. Let me be that body that nobody need to know. No, no, oh no, no. Do not drop the top down, do not hop out. Keep it on the low, this is not a lockdown. They all wanna know, gotta tell them nah now. I need somebody who gon' take it to the grave. I need somebody who gon' rock it in a way. I need somebody who on the same page, shawty on the same way too.
Can you keep a secret while I dance to you this evening? No more problems, just throw them dollars. Can you keep a secret while I touch your body feeling? No more drama, just throw them dollars. Yeah. No drama, yeah. I know you want it, yeah. Don't want no problems. Can you keep a secret? No drama, yeah. I know you want it, yeah. Don't want no problems. Can you keep a secret?
Bet that my daytime shawty. Check the road, call me, shawty to put it on me. Booty on the insane, she moving for Ben Frank. Look, she my little dancer, no need to explain. That's how she paying for them college loans and trips across the map to stop and roam. The reason why she out and do not come home, she got guaps just in stocks alone. Can't tell no Betty or honey, life ain't better with no money. Cause she a boss bitch, wasn't raised to be a dummy. She got the hips legit to make it rain, even when outside the club is sunny, that's facts.
Can you keep a secret while I dance to you this evening? No more problems, just throw them dollars. Can you keep a secret while I touch your body feeling? No more drama, just throw them dollars. Yeah. No drama, yeah. I know you want it, yeah. Don't want no problems. Can you keep a secret? No drama, yeah. I know you want it, yeah. Don't want no problems. Can you keep a secret? Can you keep a secret?
Tell me once, call me fool a couple times. Bring me in, worth a gamble, roll the dice. Count me out of the plans I made tonight. Unfinished business on my mind. They look so pretty when they're scared. Caught slipping, they're so unaware. I just kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Killing all the noise in my mind. Heavy and hot, revenge, it looks nice. Kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Ripping red flags, wave 'em wide. Wave 'em wide. Knock, knock, open up, I don't bite. Just me going bump in the night. Sleep well, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Misery loves company and it's your turn. May the doubts last, I'll finish it first. Lights out. Lights out. They look so pretty when they're scared. Caught slipping, they're so unaware. I just kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me, it's a lie. Killing all the noise in my mind. Heavy and hot, revenge, it looks nice. Kill the enemy, kill the lies. Kill the bad in me,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Clash of Nation. And we'll just like to say again that we have just finished our first series, trying our best. Again, blew it out of the park. Absolutely deserved of their win. So they're now going to be looking at who wins in this next series of ours between Boom Esports and Pandamonium.
Yeah, just trying our best, doing so much better than before, and eliminate NAOS from the competition. So that's one invited team gone. Will it happen here in this matchup though, Asurai? It's a possibility because you got Pandamonium versus Boom Esports. And Pandamonium has been one of our more impressive open qualifier teams too. And yes, trying our best is one of them, but they have these incredible caliber players from that VCT circuit. On the other hand, Pandamonium, we're seeing most of them for the first time here in the Clash of Nations, and they have shown results, especially against that slugfest versus Devil United.
Oh, absolutely. Again, Spyco has been pretty, I think, up there as one of the better omens that we've seen throughout this entire tournament. I also love how, even though Beloved is very much loving the LMG spams, he does get value from that from time to time, and it actually pushes back opponents here. What is going to be interesting again, I think, is the matchup that we'll be seeing from the Omens. And of course, that starts off with Boom Esports. We already know, of course, Berserk's famous, all that good stuff. But Moria on the controller, this is not his role initiator, has been incredible with the Omen. Absolutely stellar to assist Boom Esports in their matches.
Yeah, and NC Slasher also an incredible performance all throughout versus Fancy United. We would see him set something up, swing off it, still get the kills anyway, whether he'd be the Sky on the breach. And that's really the reinforcements we've seen from Boom Esports bring up this core that has been basically making a bit of a restructure. But on the other hand, Pandamonium, you still got Yunsuke, Spyco, Artsy, Beloved, as well as Ventura. And I still remember that series, Asurai, to this day. 3, 14, 12 games. All overtimes, all the way till the tail end. But one player has to get special mention. I honestly, I feel like it was besides Spyco, it was Artsy. He was able to always get into some of these angles to surprise their opponents. And those are the kind of plays that we see from Pandamonium. Utility being one of their biggest facets of strength.
Yeah, and speaking of trying to get those facets of strength, we'll see which maps will be used here by our teams, seeing what works best for them. Boom. Oh, I think actually this is kind of in a sense, a 50-50 because we have seen Pandemonium do also well on Ascent. Pandemonium do pick up Breeze as the second map for this rotation. And then we're probably going to be looking at Haven for the last one. Yep, there it is. So I think Boom, they've gotten their map selection, but there is a good chance for Pandemonium on that first one.
I honestly think here for Pandemonium, they've won the map draft. They can contend on Ascent. We're getting a big mystery into Breeze because we're basically going to be some of their first performances for Boom Esports. It's Pandemonium who was creative enough to bring out that Gecko with the Sova Cypher together. And coming into Haven, it is a possibility for Pandemonium to try and fight on a relatively even battleground. So as of right now, I like the chances of Pandemonium, but you cannot understate the legacy that is Boom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, Boom, they were in a state of restructuring, I think, that we saw, again, from what we saw during Central Pacific, during this offseason. They looked like they were on that upward trajectory, even though they did lose, I think, to Fancy United. Those were some pretty close games as well, but we just saw how strong Fancy also has become. So it's not really more of a lacking something from Boom here. It was just Fancy was just a better team at that point. So Boom still going to be a definite credible opponent here for Pandemonium. But this is where it gets good for Pandemonium because this is one of the open qualifier teams that has been performing against these invited teams. So with that being said, I do feel like they have a great shot to face Boom right now in this best of 3 for the elimination.
Well, if you want to make an argument for Boom, I think the best one has to be here on Ascent. They're picking this one, even though we've seen from Boom Esports a little bit of, I'd say, struggles from time to time in their previous outings at VCT. They did dominate trying our best on this 13-2. And what's more, Pandemonium, they lost their only outing against NAOS on this map, 4-13 in response. So will we get any adjustments? They have run a raise instead rather than the jet they had back then. They also have locked in the breach here for Pandemonium, so it seems to be a different kind of look for them, especially as they're gonna start on the defense. On the other hand, you should know it already from Boom. You already have the jet, you have the KO, you're gonna have the Sova, and it should just be your usual standard composition for this map.
Yeah, I do like this though, because I feel like, again, Kagura is showing the tendency to just be the better Raze player. I think he's more comfortable with the double satchel, plus, again, the assistance that he gets from that breach utility. Oh, that's the one that I wanted to see. If Beloved is actually going to be the Sova, but no, he's going to go for the Fate this time. So, even on the defense, a very aggressive composition that we're seeing here for Pandemonium in regards to just receiving that contact from the opponent. Once you see the setup here for Boom, there's going to be that fault line. There's going to be the Prowlers here to really help them clear up the site, and I think that's a really good idea here for Pandemonium.
Yeah, and they're just trying to innovate with the Raze and the Fade in, so you know how strong the combo can be. You mentioned especially the utility, and they're going to be facing off against what is tried and tested by not just Boom, but by pretty much everyone else who plays Ascent. So Asurai is going to be happy about this matchup at least. It's like a little bit of old versus new. I also love the fact that you combined it with the Breach and the Astra. It's just so many avenues to oppress any kind of site holds, as well as the sight lines from main and beyond. But you should already know, if you're going to be facing off against the KO as well as the Sova on a map like Ascent, you're probably going to get scanned. You're probably going to get suppressed. And players like Ventura and Spyco, they're the ones who'll be at the range away from them to actually make their utility count.
Yeah, they really can't play on such short corners, so that's going to be a big issue here for Pandemonium. And here's another thing as well, Dax. We talk about how aggressive this composition for Pandemonium is. It's really good at receiving initial contact. If they get past that first stuff, it's going to be quite difficult for Pandemonium. But they're actually doing a really good job at just, you know, going for these dry peaks, these contacts. So good, Shiro gets caught there as the door drops down. He's by himself. His teammate is nowhere near him. He's getting overwhelmed. Fourth bullet. He's going to have to get lucky with this one. Not going to happen. Berserks, work cut out for him. 4 versus 1.
Well, chance if he can actually get a pick onto Bella, but no. The rest of the team providing covering fire. Spyco also just dipping in and out of action, and the chase is on. Beloved wants to lead the charge. Here comes the Nano Swarm, and the damage being done by Berserks. Pandemonium, they gotta be calm. They can't do this against a tested player like Berserks. 9 HP now. It's 2v1. The Spike, though, out of reach just as of yet. It got way too dangerous though for Pandemonium. They have to still keep their calm, even though they're in a good position to win this round already.
30 seconds left.
They're reading that he might actually try to go for a main as they double stack there. And they put the smoke on short. 30 seconds here for Berserks. He can try to... Oh, he's going to place a turret there, but he might actually get spammed through the smoke here and basically die. All he has to do is clear an angle. He's hoping. He's waiting. He's wanting. But it's not going to happen.
That still got way too dicey for Pandemonium's comfort. In the end, though, they win a well-earned pistol. And you mentioned it, the way they're able to stopgap Boom Esports, actually just catch them as they're trying to go for a potential pinch. It's a different timing when you're facing off against the Breach and the Fade on a map like this. And for me, I feel like for Boom Esports, the key players have to be Shiro and NC Slasher right now. If they have some stellar lineups, it might be time to do so. Not just to get that intel, but to find value with the suppress, to figure out where Pandemonium is stationed, and actually get a catch perhaps onto the Breach, onto the Fate, onto the Astra, and make their lives easier making their way into the site.
Again, it's all that first contact that makes it difficult here for Boom, but once they pass that, it feels like it should be a little bit easier for them. Of course, Artsy's still on the KJ, so these Nano Swarms will definitely be an assistance for Pandemonium. Well, that door is still open. They can spam through this if they want to. Berserks, he's playing a little bit of that hoop-de-hoop, but the smoke dissipates, and his life also just goes kaput to 0.
Yeah, it's a quick shot, and speaking of, here we go again. Beloved LMG lover indeed. Letting it rip, letting it tear. Shiro's the only one standing. The Ares, the god of war, is being brought to the table by Beloved. A 3K plus the spike defuse. He's getting closer to the nightfall now. And Pandemonium building a few keys to success early on.
Great start for them. Great holds. And that Ares not only works for stopping the push in that way, but the proactiveness that you can be as that fade turns much better for you. And I think it actually works better than even the Sova, because you can throw the Haunt a lot more faster. I think you can do the recon dart, and you can put it in positions where it might be a whole lot more difficult for your opponents to try and break, right? We're very up on top of the roof, on the rooftops. So we'll see how they try to optimize this. Kagura is just going to be playing on A main, using, again, that quick prowler just to check if anybody's going to be close by. Smoke is prepared just in case he does get that contact, but you can see here, Boom, trying to analyze the situation first, play a whole lot slower, and feel out the map first. Where are the biggest utility drops here for Pandemonium on the side? Is it A? Is it B? I feel like they felt it's B, so they're going to try to go for this A main clear with that drone.
Dude, that's not a utility drop. That's a utility dump.
Yeah,
that's a lot. No, look at how many circles there are there towards B, and wisely assessed by Boom Esports. They move towards A instead. The entry comes on in. Discovering fire, courtesy of Beloved. Kagura can't actually go for a push from this point on. Boom Esports, they're safely getting into the site with the plant right now. The shock dart also dealing some damage. And as the spike is planted, yeah, Pandemonium still sticking onto the high ground. There you go with the suppress though. And Boom Esports knows where Pandemonium is going to come from.
No flank rounds here for Pandemonium, but they have that Astra Star. Team in Boom. Or still has its own smoke. One way is strong because of Moria. This actually might not be a good bonus here. They're going to try to just rush right in. Trying to find things, but Boom is so prepared for this swing.
Yeah.
It is not looking too hot for Pandemonium. That's going to be a quick, clean, and painless post-plant for Boom.
Yeah, that seems to be the case here, Asurai. You called in the first round, and we prove it here after the third. Post-plant equals win for Boom Esports. It's easier to hit their utility and their angles from that point on. You have Berserks to set up, of course, the usual utility. You have NC Slasher and Shiro will find more value with the knives and the darts, basically. And it feels like for Boom Esports, if they can just suss out what's going on, prevent themselves from walking into their own demise, basically, it's going to be a better chance for them moving forward.
Absolutely. Again, see how they try to separate things. Should hear that the turret is somewhere on that B site. And this is kind of one of those interesting facts that I don't really see a KJ dumping everything into the site here on the site. Usually you kind of see it separated. Moria is about to hit that contact. Spotted out by Kagura though. No aggression just yet. Just showing himself. But here comes the push on the B site. This dump may actually work in the favor of Pandemonium as it pushes back Famous into the nanoswarm. And look at how low he's gone from the molly.
Spam comes on in. Famous. He's gonna need at least a helping hand if ever, but more! Yeah!
The timing!
He just stares that in the eye and says he's got this. Boom Esports now winning all the fights they need. A flawless win to tie things up. But Moria, what? That was a machine-like approach, Asurai. That was so quick and so well-timed.
That was, again, just, you know, Kagura not expecting somebody to just be hard lurking elsewhere. Because they were already committing hard on the B side. I mean, just an unforeseen event there for Kagura, but all the better for Boom as they get the catch, remove the duelist already, the threat of the knaves and all that good stuff for Pandemonium here. And Boom equalizes with these 2 rounds. You should know that this is going to be that weaker buy for Pandemonium right now. The Blade doesn't spot anything on short, so that's going to be a call for Famous to immediately take in this side as his teammate slowly creeps up as well. They want to slowly go about this because they haven't really checked all of these corners, but now that they do, they can start closing that door. They can start to close in onto the side and plant the spike already.
Yeah, Beloved gonna be breaking that doorway. Might need to reload later on, but Spyco, stellar shot to begin the action. It's a pick here for Pandemonium. The lockdown pressure, though, is on Moria, finding Artsy. And this time around, with its CP towards 3, he's gonna try and clear out anyone who might come mid, but instead Pandemonium, different plans. They're all from Rafters. It will be pressure applied onto NC Slasher, but he holds his own until Kagura gets him. 3v2, here comes Berserks now, and boom, esports. They played this well. The post plant doesn't work for Pandemonium whatsoever. Ventura's caught in the act, and boom, now take the lead.
Yeah, again, do see the struggles there for Pandemonium. They really have to get this value to counteract the push for Boom. I don't know how efficient the retake would be here for Pandemonium, because it really does seem like they haven't really have that part of their comp or part of their play locked and loaded just yet. You can really see them struggle once Boom kind of circumvent all of their utilities dumping throughout the map. And that being said, though, they do actually shift up. They call Artsy to go for this A side control this time while they move up the Prowler right now. Small command somewhere. It's the mid push. Oh, they're going in for the market pinch.
Yeah, Pandemonium, are they prepared for this? They already put themselves towards Boathouse and onto the side. Here comes the Nightfall being primed, and it's a chance here. Famous can't even see it coming. Beloved, let's say Odin Rip. Artsy on the board as well, but Moria getting more and more as he finds 2. As Boom, they have gotten the site for the time being. And they're shrugging off the decay. They buy themselves some time with the smoke even. Pandemonium, though, clearing out all the other angles first and foremost. Your fault line gonna be the call. Moving into lane. Flash is there too. Spike, though, with the spam through the wall. Shiro's the victim. And that's a chance here for Pandemonium to try and tie things up. Moria, though, other plans alongside Berserk to get the cover. I love the angle from Berserk towards Staircase. It now sets up such an angle to work with here for Boom. Ventura, though, dropping down just to die. Moria with the 4, yeah! And it's 4 for Boom, too. What a round for Moria to accomplish.
What a call for Boom Esports. So here's the thing, 2 things. A couple of things, actually. So that was almost a good pinch for Pandemonium. They had the right idea. You saw Moria very much afraid of the left side push, because that's where Berserks could actually be spotted and gutted. And then they actually timed it perfectly. Caught in Artsy, Berserks was able to push up towards the stairs, so everybody pushing on fast lane here for Pandemonium will not have an angle there. They'd have to just push up themselves and hope that they can get that contact that they want. But no, the pinch, the crossfire was already set up, and this was so weird because Pandemonium was holding so long to actually try to go for that flash.
Well, up close, Artsy handles it, and here comes the rest of Boom to try and open up this site. NC Slash and Moria accomplish the task left behind, and as soon as this happens, Berserk's also on the lurk, getting one for his own. To Boom Esports, tried and tested for good reason. Stratagems applied in coordination. And you can see why this is the comp of choice on Ascent. Asurai.
Daks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's optimal.
It's so optimal.
There really is so many things that you can do with it, and the struggle, as now we see here for Pandemonium, continues. The isolation and everything. It was a good catch from Artsy, but I mean, he was 1, and there was still 4, so it just overwhelms them if he's not careful. And, well, he wasn't. Well, he was up to a certain degree, and he just got picked off. That's about it.
And also, Boom Esports is getting basically mid-control for free. They are given avenues to lurk into Cubby, to put on that pressure, just because Pandemonium is hard focused to get the catch towards the main angles especially. And you can already see how Pandemonium has adjusted. They've been playing aggressive towards these main sides, and this works out in favor of Boom, because now the knives will get that value, get to suppress and figure out what's going on. Moria also feeling the heat from previous rounds, continuing on with the onslaughts, and Boom will follow suit from the other side of this site. So Cubby opened on up. Boom seeing a wide door in front of them, and here we go yet again. Put on the welcome mats because Boom Esports are taking A.
Boom just put themselves into a whole different gear here. And Pandemonium, they're not fast enough to respond to it. Spyco does get a couple of picks for himself, but so many angles to deal. Not near enough to Spike to really threaten that defuse. But he's starting to make a dent in the numbers right now for Boom. As he slowly creeps up onto A Heaven here, he might... Yeah, no. He gets turned into a tree. You know, just to help Mother Nature a little bit. Yeah. That's about it.
Why are you gonna plant it there?
Plant the seeds.
Okay. Okay.
No. Okay, plant the seeds of the win.
No, you're right. You're right. Don't worry. What else do you need? What else does a tree come from? But in any case, I wouldn't put a tree there on rafters. It's probably a construction zone, man. Yeah. I don't think you'd want to put the tree there. In the end, though.
True. It might uproot the foundation.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. You need a building permit for that, but
Ooh,
who needs
Kagura.
a permit to fly high? Apparently Kagura, as Berserks will ground him. Beloved though, the Ares plus the gravity well. Enough to catch out a second on NC Slasher. And this leads to Boom to calling it quits towards A. Never mind, he cancels it. And the Prowler instead will expose that intention. Hunter's Fury though, Beloved's a victim. No way to get out whatsoever. And Shiro gets another one for free. Boom here, still commanding. It's 3v2, and while Pandemonium, they effort to try and scramble towards A. It's a triple push from Boom from Cubby that might give them the numbers advantage.
I think Artsy gave away his position. That's why Moria canceled the TP as well. But the ball, the most important thing. Then they might get caught, but it's a quick refrag from Artsy with the stinger. Like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And RT saves the round here for Pandemonium. I thought that was going to be it. And then out of nowhere, again, he just swoops up the rug from underneath Boom.
That's a rat-a-tat-tat moment, man. Just sprays down the final two. The error there for Boom. It feels like they lined up near the start on that first swing. And then it led to them being so close to one another for the Stinger to provide maximum value since it was Artsy, the one left behind. So what a round for Pandemonium to recover from. You get into contact points, they stand a stellar chance at it. And because of it, Boom, they don't want to have that kind of scenario anymore. They go for the default, it's a 2-2-1 split. And they're just waiting to see what kind of picks they can get with the angles that they're taking towards mid especially.
Yeah, look at how deep Famous is actually playing here. Pretty much just holding mid by himself. If someone pushes on Barca, he's probably done for, but he's so confident. Again, trying to get that initial pick if he can. The one-shot, one-kill precedence of that operator does give him a bit of leeway. Kagura immediately throws the pain shells here. Moria goes the other direction. They're pushing up A main. They spot nobody. They know something's up. So it could be that B push. But the pinch is already here from Famous. He could have an angle on spawn if they're not careful. The smoke gives a little bit of cover. And they try to go in right now.
Yeah, fragment and goodbye to Artsy. NC Slasher knows exactly where to go for the hold. And in a matter of time, Boom Esports springing out to get even more. Famous, the operator, you know he's good for it. Can even Pandemonium contest more so. Seems like there's just no way for them to get on through. And that's gonna be it. Boom Esports. They play it so perfectly yet again. When it gets tough, Asurai, it feels like for Boom, they go back to the books and go back to what they usually are successful with on this map.
It's the great separation. I don't know if that's as Famous. No, he knows his teammates there, so
yeah.
He's just having fun with the blades.
It's a if you were an enemy, I would have killed you kind of moment, you know?
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. You know, just going back to what you mentioned about they're going back to their default setup. And what's even good about this is, again, how jittery what I'm looking at right now is, so hopefully they can still hear me, how jittery Pandemonium has been, you know, when they just keep getting that little bit of hi hello from Boom Esports, they immediately throw something. And then Boom's like, okay, that's one of the biggest threats. The nade, knowing that Kagura's there, knowing that he can always just dislocate us if we push on a site that he's on. Especially when we saw the Prowler, that's Beloved. Okay, that's two of the biggest things that we have to deal with already on that one site. And they were already set up for B. So Boom have been reading the rotations, reading the reactions of Pandemonium so well that Pandemonium just aren't able to react fast enough to kind of answer back.
And you enjoyed the comp here for Pandemonium, yes. It also fits in to most of their comfort picks as a team. But at the same time, Boom Esports, they just know the lay of the land here on Ascent. They're just gonna go for the push, but Artsy working aggressively alongside his teammate. That's a rifle to be picked on up. The lurk is gone. The A hit is gonna be possible. You mentioned it though, the suppress gets connection. And also Kagura with the find, the 1, the 2. They're really just showing up in front of him by this point. And Pandemonium, they just called for it. No need for the utility. We stay on site and fight.
I think it's gonna delay them a little bit longer. No one's gonna be assisting NC Slasher anymore. He was groveling onto the ground, and now he's 6 feet under. Kagura spots.
30 seconds left.
Rather, his teammates spotting them out as they try to slowly creep right in. Here comes the haunt. There's going to be the scan. One more onto Moria coming into the corner. Tries to get a little bit of cover to the dark cover, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to be possible. And a flawless round here for Pandemonium. And all about what I was mentioning there, Daks. Once they push onto a site with Kagura, that's where it gets a little bit more boom. And lo and behold, it was.
Yeah, Kagura just delivering when he needs to the most. And moving into this round, Asurai. Final round of the first half. All 5 ultimates available. And then you add in the Op plus the Odin. Interesting enough, it's Ventura the one holding on to it. He has the Rolling Thunder to help him out in a pinch if ever. And on the other side, Boom, putting the forces towards B. That's an issue. Has to be all that utility in front of them. The Killjoy, the Astra together. It's very oppressive. Smokes out. He's gonna get. Fame was actually in. He gets tagged though, that's the thing. And Spyco has to retreat. Lockdown's gonna be into play in response. Nightfall's gonna be there too. And the ultimate dub is a goal. Ammo also completely unloaded by Beloved. Advantage now for Pandemonium as Kagura gets one back. And it seems like while Famous is in cover, Boom has been stalled. A chance to rotate. That's what Shiro is looking for. But it's still the Rays. Watching out, Kagura's just there, and Spyco, even with the clear, things are working so well for Pandemonium. Add one more to the push. Here comes Kagura, and down goes Boom at the end of the half. It's 5-7.
Wow, what could they really do at that point, especially when Famous had to go through all of that utility, all of the threats that, again, was still available for Pandemonium there. They can only hope to do so. And as they try to cover through or try to follow up on the Jet, Beloved was already just utilizing that suppressive fire of his, again, beloved Odin. So not much, again, that Boom can really recover at that point, and they just had to run for A. But you mentioned it, Kagura holding mid, getting those 2 kills very easily for him. Equalizes this 5-7. Very, very doable for Pandemonium.
Yeah, Kagura is waking on up even more so now. And it's impressive to see Pandemonium when they feel comfortable. It just seems like that they can compete with some of the best we have in this bracket right now. And Boom Esports, they have the lead, but can they hold on to it moving into this pistol round? The Prowler's now into play. Smoke's gonna be the answer though. And Boom Esports, they're gonna go for the more standard stations. Moria's ready. Here by Dice to roll with a Paranoia. He got the Jet up top as well. And Boom Esports, they're prepped for this one, forcing Pandemonium to back off.
Pandemonium not going to be risking anything just yet. Well, Berserk gets flushed out. Could actually have his turret broken, which it will be. And they're checking on B main here by themselves too. Spyco gets the pick, and look at that. Even though he's low, he still gets it in the end. Absolutely necessary for him. And that might be the call to go straight for that B site. No more KJ utility, no more shock, or no more kerfuffle here. And Shiro's by himself, but he gets caught.
And this is even Famous found out by Ventura through the smoke though. NC Slasher recovering on the taps, but it's not enough as Boom Esports have fallen apart towards B. Pandemonium, the rotation, finding the right timing. Also, the fact that they're able to shut down the likes of NC Slasher from really surprising them. So from this point on, Moria needs to make a miracle happen. A 1v4. We've seen him get a 4K before. But instead, it's the 3K of Kagura that we need to highlight. It's 6-7. Pandemonium 1 away from tying things up.
And again, they're just so good at being able to find these, just get a little bit more patient. You know, sometimes you might catch Boom trying to figure things out. They have to push up a little bit further, and it all started from Artsy's lineup with the Nanosword to break through on that Log's position. Somehow Boom felt a little bit uncomfortable, maybe even just, again, wanting to check that position, and they get caught by it. Now, you're absolutely right. One more round, they're going to be able to pick it up. Chio's going to be holding on mid with the Sheriff. A couple of Sheriff buys actually here for Boom. That's not going to stop the push from Pandemonium. Spotting it out. Not going to be fearful and just keep on pushing.
Yeah, into mid they go. And the Boom bot looking to clear out the closer angles. They spot up Berserk, though, scrambling onto the side. Ventura trying to hold the back by going for the shots versus Shiro. But then he realizes not just not one, but many coming his way. Instead, though, on the lurch, Spike finding NC Slasher as he lags behind. It's a 2-for-2, though. Boom Esports doing damage with the pistols. It's a crippled approach from Moria now. He's so low on the HP. You also have Famous moving in from main. Spike though planted. Haunt quickly broken. Spike is still waiting for the timing if ever. Kagura knows the mark, but Famous, that's a stellar shot. A chance here for Boom Esports, and Famous especially can get another one. Spike is still low. The clash with the Ares, still trying to go for the contest. Spike though with a third eventually. Playing the time wisely, but Famous is getting closer and closer. He's onto the default right now. Pressure's on, and Beloved with a fadeaway. Abusing the walls that are completely baggable. That's what Asurai would always say, and that's what we always see. They were tied up.
I mean, when you have an Odin or an Ares, the walls are paper thin, X. Paper thin.
That's a caster.
That is also a terminology. Okay, that is also a terminology in the world. Yeah, everybody who can speak English, you know, knows the meaning of paper thin. Not the man.
The guy.
But the but the noun.
The legend himself. Dude, it's great. I'm glad we met him in Thailand. Speaking of...
In Thailand, in the Central Pacific, where you might... Yeah. Where we want to go again if possible.
For Clash of Nations. If only. But of course, all these teams want to go to Bangkok, Thailand, to the main event too. And that's why they've been playing all throughout the week. Here we go yet again, though. Game is on. Berserk's facing up against Kagura. Holds down both house of threat still onto the side. This does slow down the approach from Pandemonium. Boom Esports ready to bring in the bang yet again. And here comes Moria with another one. Beloved, the last one standing. This full buy from Boom Esports working out in their favor. A chaotic bonus was upon us, but it's Boom who still keeps the lead.
Yeah, chaotic is where Boom thrives a lot. Though, again, from being an Indonesian team, I mentioned this like I think a year ago as well, where Indonesia just feels like they upped their ante in terms of micro engagements. So well timed against them. The only other region that's able to do that, I think, is MYSG. Of course, we know already Paper Rex and of course Bleed. So, Boom being of that same cloth thread of playstyle really just makes it a lot easier for them to handle such pushes from Pandemonium.
Yeah, Boom Esports, they're so relaxed in those scenarios. They see the fire burning in front of them and they say, "Oh, this is fine. We got this. We can handle it." And especially when you have players like Berserks who can put themselves in places that they still have value while keeping it cover at the same time. It's Pandemonium. They realize Boom has given them mid, and it will be a contest from Kagura moving into Cubby so far. Moria, though, Paranoia's into play, ready for use. And eventually, it's just Pandemonium playing the defaults right now, waiting to see if Boom Esports are actually going to flinch here.
Famous has no support. I mean, he could have a Paranoia thrown out by Moria from short, but he would ideally want to throw it out against Kagura. Oh, they're feeling it. There it is. Still wants to go for the fight. He actually gets one and gets away with bloody murder. That dash is just perfect. Kagura, though, gets the pick onto Famous, but not going to be enough. He still has the assistance of the rest of Boom. And as the dust settles, leaving only Spyco and Beloved. Hunt tries to push in. They actually pick up 2, and this is very much winnable for them, but NC Slasher denies almost. Beloved solo, 50 HP. Does he know where his opponent is going to be coming from? Absolutely not. 15 seconds. He's trying to bait him out, but look at where Berserks is lurking, where he's coming from.
10 seconds
He's not
left.
going to know about this. Timing is going to be crucial. And Beloved not looking at the right direction.
Yeah, it just feels like while Beloved was thinking of all the possibilities for the contest to come early on, Berserk's already a step ahead and an angle behind on the long rotation to make his way towards A main. It was a good round for Boom at the start. PUNDAMONIUM though, some stellar impact frags just to give them that chance. It feels like this is where it can crumble for PUNDAMONIUM. They have a lesser buy to work with. The arrows in the hands of Beloved, 3 ultimates too, and especially a showstopper. But Boom, they just have all the money they want to work with right now, except maybe that one Bulldog. So 9-7, that 2-round gap still made by the past 2 rounds.
And really feel that too. What's going to be next here for PUNDAMONIUM? Oh, the double dash! Oh! Hero running! Shock Dart for a little bit of that cover. And he does get tagged by the Haunt, but they couldn't really follow up because of the, well, not really assistance, but just him being able to react so quickly through that, even through the stun. He was able to somehow manage to back his way all the way up onto Tree. Moria and Famous going to be holding this angle as Shiro backs up a little bit further. Doesn't really want that contact just in case, just because he knows it might be a little bit too heated for him to receive. But Moria, as he smokes up through this, actually puts up the one-way smoke. That's where Moria, or rather Shiro, can start regaining map control.
Spike down.
No way for Ventura to make that play work. Paranoia is gonna be there too. And Beloved now into the corner. We got Shiro, we got NC Slasher, we got Boom Esports taking center stage and taking names along the way. Beloved and Spyco, it's no one waiting for you. And look at Boom give Beloved and the rest of PUNDAMONIUM a taste of their own medicine. If you can Odin, so can I. It's 10 now.
Now, here comes the Boom.
Is that their tagline now, Asurai?
I don't know. Or, I don't know if anybody knows this. You know, Boom Biaya, yeah.
This is the part where I say, what language is that even?
Yeah, if you're Filipino, you'll know about it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, but we don't want to alienate our international viewers. That's why we're here for the English broadcast. We come back to the push, and it seems like they want to go about it. Moria! Oh, he's so blinded. But somehow... What? Where is he? I didn't even see where he went. But somehow spotted 1 versus 1, though, 1-to-1. The trade's happening, but Shiro, through on Heaven, hits those shots. Famous gonna be here. The suck a little bit too strong for him to handle, especially with Kagura having that judge. And as the dust settles, kind of equalize right now into the 2-2, excuse me.
Oh, what can you do if the Hunter's Fury got you? Spyco's gone, Kagura's found, and Boom Esports, convenient for them that the tags came at the right time. 7-11 now.
That's very convenient for Boom Esports here.
It's not just a stop. It's not just a mini stop. It's a full-on hold by Boom Esports now. This is the 4 rounds they've gotten in a row. It just feels like this is where you can really see the experience of Boom Esports come to fruition. They're so calm in those retake scenarios. They're so calm at just putting a stop to PUNDAMONIUM's initial angles. And it's Punda who has to go for the half buy now here just to try and contest.
Not really panicking at all. It's a great thing here for Boom. Famous is pretty much by himself here. He could actually get caught up if he's not careful. He does have a dash, but he hasn't primed it just yet. Now he will try to do something. Does he know that they're just close up right in front of him? Could get a second, but gets overwhelmed. Perfect time here for Panda to start moving in. Smoke for Kagura. He's freaking out, man. He's trying to get back into cover. Moria finds the spike, smokes himself off. The operator in the hands of Kagura, but can't really use that to charge in. No big utilities as well. This becomes a problem here for PUNDAMONIUM. And their exit strategy looks up to have been the Nightfall, but they decide otherwise for the moment.
Yeah, PUNDAMONIUM They're waiting for anyone to actually peek towards the spike. And Spyco, he's the one leading this push right now, setting up the stars. And Moria and the rest of Boom, they're prepared for this. Does Moria actually wait for the contact to be confirmed by his teammate on the KO on site? He can actually make a play for himself with a one-way now.
They're not even looking at it.
They don't know. They're not prepared for this. Boom Esports, they're bringing it out at a later time. And here comes the flash. Here comes the collection. And Moria, feed him more as he gets 4.
Match point.
Wow, they were very much unaware of his positioning, thinking that, again, their opponent might have just exited away from that altercation that they had on A main. But no, Moria's going to be in that spot, just trying to get that maximum value. And he had NC Slasher to prepare that flash for him, especially once they figured out that Pandemonium was about to commit the push on that A side. Absolutely glorious mind-body connection there between the two players. And now it's all become a stall here for Panda. They haven't gotten anything after the initial bout on the second half. We're already coming into match point here, or rather, excuse me, map point. This cash is going to be huge if Artsy can find it, but he cannot.
Yeah, Boom Esports, they've been on a tear, and they're one away from taking their map. It is a pick that goes in their favor. The Owl Drone's there too. Scout out the closer holes by Pandemonium with a Nightfall. Trying to keep them at bay. Berserk's burning Kagura after the spam. Berserk's! How does he find Beloved? He was deafened, he was marked, but he still finds the target. Berserk's, it's such a calm hand. NC Slasher, it's the same. Berserk's with the 3K. And Boom Esports, a clinical second half to take this first map.
Wow. What a clean retake there for Boom Esports.
Turret, go for the
They're
defuse.
Yeah, there it is. They had 8 seconds. They had 8 seconds. It's totally fine. But wow. Wow, Daks. They just felled Pandemonium at every corner that they could find. Whether it was, again, a successful entryway of Pandemonium onto the site, they still can't take it away from the hands there of Boom Esports. The anchoring capabilities, the repositioning for Boom, just too much for Pandemonium here to handle.
And Pandemonium, on the other hand, we saw them innovate, but at the same time, they just couldn't find the right way in. Once they come into the main angles, you have Moria in position, you have NC Slasher just hitting some stellar shots. You see it so much here from Boom Esports, that synergy between the two players that they added, between Moria as well as NC Slasher, formerly from the Bigatron side. It's just that well-coordinated assault that they always bring to the table that really feeds off the success of Boom Esports. It's just been setting an example again and again. Multiple rounds you'd see Boom Esports come out at similar timings, clear out corners that need to be checked for the other side's safe approach. It just feels like clinical was really the term I used here for this half, for this map even, because they went back to the book. They checked out what usually works, and they executed the way they should have.
Oh yeah, and again, that's just a testament to how well Boom have really swung into this series, into the start of the series. Excuse me. Let's look at the match results real quick here. Not really. I mean, not really the highest of kills for everybody. Boom has had, like, all the players of Boom has kind of evened it out between all of them. NC Slasher gets a little bit for him. Moria gets a little bit, and you can see that really from the plays that they have done. Here on the flip side for Pandemonium, Kagura did as much as he could. He was trying to set up with Beloved for as much as he could, alongside Ventura as well, and it just couldn't. It didn't work. I mean, the timing from Shiro's recon darts, the refrags, the repositions, just so well placed for Boom that Pandemonium really couldn't read, I think, their opponents up to a certain extent.
Yeah, Kagura or Yunsuke, effectively, he was one of those beacons of hope for Pandemonium, but it just didn't light as many times as they would like. On the other hand, check out that Asurai, famous having a good game. Berserk's another notch under his belt for another Sentinel performance, and things are looking pretty likely in favor of Boom. Can Pandemonium recover? I would love to see that very, very soon. We'll throw it to a break, and when we return, it will be map number 2 of our second series of the day.
your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Yeah, motivated, I'm focused. Came a long way from the lowest. Yeah, gotta get it, the mindset, gotta put it in motion. This is the moment, gotta one-up my opponent. Back then they ain't noticed me, now they know it's me, I'm the chosen. It's my time, yeah, I put that on Bible. No excuses, gotta get to the final. Take all of my idols and turn them to rivals. It's all or nothing, man, the trophy is vital. Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch. No hang time, man, they can't keep up. The game's on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
Better under pressure, go ahead and let it fall on me. I'm destined for it all, you better call on me. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster.
Yeah, whole lot of times they doubted I wouldn't be who I am without it. Sleepless nights, I counted. It all paid off, it's really astounding. I had to keep the faith to elevate. Hope for better days, they were coming. Now we can celebrate, knowing every day is abundant. Yeah, it's my time, yeah, I put that on Bible. No excuses, gotta get to the final. Take all of my idols and turn them to rivals. It's all or nothing, man, the trophy is vital. Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch. No hang time, man, they can't keep up. The game's on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
Better under pressure, go ahead and let it fall on me. I'm destined for it all, you better call on me. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. They say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. All that pain, it done made me to a monster. All that pain, it done made me to a monster.
Why don't we take a trip, quick flight overseas? Somewhere you ain't never been and slide on something. It's got me wondering. Why don't we take a trip to the 513? Take a shot at the liquor and slide on something. And it's got me wondering. Why don't we quick trip to Miami and back, ayy. Down a party, let me know where it's at, ayy. Drop top off the coupe in the fast lane. Pull up to the club, pull up with, tell them valet. Off the tequila, we mixin' a drink up. Hit up your friends, we all get to link up. Only do sins, we all getting teed up. Back of the bands, we in the seat up. 5 ways on a B&B. Turn it off, leave the phones on a D&D. Good view with the scenery. And we all for the grid. Lost in it, why don't we take a trip, quick flight overseas? Somewhere you ain't never been and slide on something. It's got me wondering. Why don't we take a trip to the 513? Take a shot at the liquor and slide on something. And it's got me wondering. Why don't we slide on something? Why don't we? It's got me wondering. Why don't we? If I throw it at you, would you quarterback back? One too many, I'ma quarter past that. Got one roll, then you better pass that. 2 throw, I'm teed up, I mean it, that's fast. Why don't we get up out of here? Got your eyes on me and let them interfere. Put it right on me. Go ahead, shop. Put your tide on me while I ride the wave. I'm wide awake. You know we gotta live in the moment, no time to waste. I know you wanna work to live and live to play. Forget that. Live life, take a sip. Why don't we take a trip, quick flight overseas? Somewhere you ain't never been and slide on something.
I gotta say, when production gives us the countdown as the break ends, they got some fire tunes, playing in the background. So shout outs to the production here for getting some fire tunes and keeping us awake, alert, alive, enthusiastic as we continue this series between Boom Esports and Pandamonium. We just saw Boom have a stellar start on Ascent. Pandamonium did get that pistol and everything, but then once they got that groove, Boom, not Broom, well, Broom, because they were sweeping the past couple of late rounds against Pandamonium, never really let go of their lead.
Yeah, never gonna let it go. And I feel like you were gonna say like something like brew, because they were able to brew up, of course, another way to win on Ascent. But on the other side, we're gonna be moving on now to Braze for Pandemonium's map pick. And this is their last chance here, Asurai. If they lose this, they're out of the running. If they win, we move into splits to force a decider. And we see for Pandemonium, they were able to do it before. They can do so again. And especially the fact that we've seen them run a Gecko on this map.
I would love to see Pandemonium be able to bring us into a split map here. And it is possible for them, but again, the pieces that we were kind of hoping for to get that value, not as good as we were kind of hoping. Spiko was still getting those frags and such, but I think having him maybe on the Omen could have given them a little bit more options to try to funnel around the map, because it was very clear-cut what Pandemonium's style and approach would be on Ascent. Kagura double satcheling in while the rest assist him. After that, there's nothing really that they could do differently in terms of the contact. Maybe they split themselves apart a little bit here, but Boom were so what's the word here? Boom were so prepared for a lot of those things that it felt like Pandemonium were just kind of squeezed into that one playstyle, and they couldn't really get away from that. And it shows with that 13-7 finish on the Ascent map.
Yeah, it just felt like there's so many more answers from Boom, so much more versatility compared to Pandemonium, that you enjoy what you see in terms of the composition. They feel very comfy at it. But like you said, it just feels like it's one way or no way, and it was more so no way thanks to Boom. I think also that's a big factor. You're still facing off against Boom Esports, the best that effectively, right, Indonesia has to offer right now from the challenger scene, from Ascension. And I don't think Pandemonium has really had to deal with this kind of competition before this tournament alone. They lost against NAOS in a 0-2 fashion. They're trying not to do the same here against Boom Esports, and it's a big learning experience, of course, for such a relatively new team, but they need to find their footing right here, right now. And is this for real, Asurai? Look at what Artsy's hovering over.
Ooh.
Oh, Chiro? Ooh.
Also doing the same thing. Ooh. I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting Yoru on Breeze. I feel like, again, Yoru is one of those really good agents that you can utilize on Breeze as well as actually bind. And no, we see the Harbor. Okay, Harbor is still fun. I would say that. And no, we're gonna have both Harbors. Okay.
Suddenly disappointment for Asurai, but the double controller has proven to be such a pesky thing to deal with. While trying our best, did still win that map against NAOS. We did see how effective when it was the Viper and the Harbor together, setting up that double wall, making those kind of options. On the opposite end, Pandemonium, the plan might be a little bit different. The Omen's already locked in. The Harbor gives you more, I'd say, reactive kind of utility, right? You're able to be, or active rather, where you're the ones defining how this wall can come out from. You don't need to just set it up and then it'll be static. You can get another one later on for the rotation, so it just still fits that Pandemonium playstyle. So no more Gecko shenanigans this time around. I'm very excited to see if they can handle Boom Esports though, because that's the KO still on the other side. Suppress value has been key for them.
Oh, truly. At least one of the biggest things that I do like here is that we have, or for Pandemonium, is we have Spiko back on the Omen. Again, as I mentioned on Ascent, I think that was really sorely missed. He just knows how to utilize that that Omen by himself. And the kind of controller slash duelist hybrid style that Omen brings, I think just fits what Spiko tries to do with his team. When he's on a more passive controller, it feels a lot more difficult because he can't really play those more aggressive angles. He really can't kind of mix up and ankle break his opponents when because he doesn't have that shrouded step anymore. But here on Breeze, it's a lot more doable. And I do like that they have called Artsy to be on that on that harbor, both teams being on the harbor, because as you mentioned, it just feels much easier when you have the high tide to cut off certain rotations, certain positions in such a big map or open big map like Breeze.
I agree with you, Asurai. Spyco is one of the key players here for Pandemonium, and he should be given a chance to fight. We're gonna be swapping out that overlay very soon, guys. So it's not NAOS as well as trying our best. It's Pandemonium on the attack. We have Boom Esports on the defense, and here we go yet again as Breeze as our breaking point. I even read it out loud. Can Pandemonium get the job done and force a decider? They're looking to play towards B. The Poison Cloud though gonna be in the way. Trailblazers there. You got Kagura trying to get in there. But no, the Snake Bite keeps them at bay. And for now, Pandemonium have to wait.
Yeah, they're about to explode though. Smoke's already there. Kagura's setting up. Beautiful use on that paranoia. NC Slasher backs away, still flash. They're gonna try to overwhelm him. Berserk's here also onto the corner. They've already dealt with Moria, but look at the damage these two still are able to push through. Shiro also taken down. It's one to remain. Spyco, it's a game of cat and mouse, hide and seek. But Famous, as he comes in for the pinch, one in the front, one in the back, Spyco's not gonna be able to know about that.
Yeah, it was a game of cat and mouse, but you forgot to mention there were 2 cats and only 1 mouse.
Meow.
Meow indeed. And NC Slasher is the cat's meow there. He got 3 in that round. It was such a strong position for him to find picks all around the site. And you can really see here for Boom Esports, he's been one of the strongest pickups they've had in recent history. He's immediately found impact on the roster. Honestly, I'd say the same case for Moria, as he's proving himself in the Clash of Nations. But overall, Boom still looking as sharp as ever to their standard. You got Famous though, playing onto Ness. So the contactors towards Kagura, who strafes away back into the elbow, into the tunnels. And NC Slasher gets the intel yet again, so Boom, they know that their default setup is going to be effective for this round.
They're not getting a lot of contact now as the rest of Pandemonium try to back away. They did leave Spyco once again to play for that lurk. We haven't really seen him do that in the previous map. So they're trying to mix things up a whole lot more here. Berserks. Oh, this is the problem when you don't have a KO on the opposing team. Or you're not really afraid of yourself getting suppressed, so you can just hold that molly of yours and basically cut off the push altogether. You're gonna have to respect that. Can't really push through, but Beloved, okay, he's doing damage to the smoke here. Berserks has to respect to a certain degree.
Berserks, he's just tapping. And the Cove's there too. So Boom Esports, they built a wall of water effectively, and Pandemonium will have to try and swim against the tide. The Page Shells though, thrown over onto default. Here comes the pop flash. Berserks wants to go for the swing from it, but Famous is stand right behind him. You could see the barrel peeking on that. Famous getting 2 already. Ventura nets 1 of his own, but Famous with a 3. And the dream is dashed for Pandemonium already. Spyco's the only one standing. NC Slasher confirms it. Boom Esports gets the second on the anti-eco.
Yeah, Famous again just cleaning up house with that Marshall of his, picking up that 4K already. And again, the problem ensues here for Pandemonium. They can't really play that slow because of the oncoming KO blade that can just stop them dead in their tracks. They can maybe set up, yeah, okay, the wall, a smoke, but Kagura's not going to be able to double satchel in. His teammate, Beloved, not going to be able to flash him into the side if he's also tagged by that blade. So there has to be a fine line that they walk, that they try to be aggressive, but also not get stopped by, again, halted by Boom here, especially, again, that KO.
And the flash comes on now. It's Shiro also with the cascade, so Boom Esports on their bonus. More aggressive approach here towards this A site. They're keeping the contest going, just making sure Kagura and Spyco can actually get in there. And this does force Pandemonium to wait for a bit of time, set up the smoke towards mid instead. Try to see where else they can go. The flash though, didn't even get the ping in time. I do believe though that Pandemonium saw that Sky Flash coming their way. Berserks, okay, he has the echo.
Look at how far they've been just playing for such a long time here. Are they just gonna bend time and, or others? Yeah, they're gonna get tagged.
Yeah. Bend time.
I mean, this is perfect. This is perfect though. They again, the blade's not gonna be on for like 30 seconds, so now they can try to do this.
They might have to deal with the high tide very soon. As here comes the high tide 1, high tide 2. Ooh! Berserks! It's just brilliance from him, but now the number is going to go for the flood. Berserk still holding, Berserk still killing. Berserks can't get another one. It's 3v3. Spyco though giving the advantage back here to Pandemonium. But from afar, NC Slasher packing quite a punch.
10 seconds
Dangerous though for Pandemonium. They get the spike down in time, but Ventura and Spyco, they're stuck here. We're on to the default. The push from Ventura. He's splashed, he's hit, and NC Slasher is just wise to those antics. Everything left to Spyco now. 17 HP, and NC Slasher, he does it yet again. Call the police. A murderer is upon us. And it's 3-0 now as Boom Esports have gotten this one.
Man, the hunters become the hunted in that situation. Could have been a possibility there for Pandemonium, but again, just such a clear-cut response for Boom. You smoke right in front of me. You try to hide inside that. I still have my flash to check you out. The separation there between Spyco and teammate and Ventura was, I guess, a little bit questionable. They wanted to separate their positions so that they can maybe isolate some fights here, but it didn't work out. Again, Boom Esports just so well-versed in those type of situations. It becomes a big problem right now for Pandemonium. Seems we are going to be looking at a quick little technical pause. Not tactical. We should be seeing the 1 minute timer countdown. But all things being considered, Boom's just, again, so on fire in this series.
Asurai is so great at explaining the difference between things. I was
analyzing the technical pause to the tactical pause.
Yeah, I was mildly amused by the way he described that. You know, things need to pop up, something needs to turn gray, and okay. Okay. Anyway, so Boom Esports, we're seeing for them so far that they just have so many reliable anchors that have gotten so much more value than expected. On one side, you have the sharp shots of Berserks. On the other, you have NC Slasher with the most brilliant flashes and angles that they can work with. And it's become a problem for Pandemonium just because that coming into those post-match scenarios, they're not as prepared to try and find those longer contact points. It's something you mentioned a while ago. Boom, they're willing to play that distance.
Oh, if they can go that distance, it's going to be quite the difficult Herculean effort here for Pandemonium to go through this. The blade, again, just so well timed. Berserk's, his instinct, or at least his reaction time to this, has been so far on point. Spyco tempting fate a little bit through the opshots of this wall. Not going to find him. Berserk Shinkai will not do the same thing. Kagura. Oh, he's getting closer. That smoke's about, or rather, that wall's going to go down. Is he going to try to do something here? Double satchel and a nade. He wants to get closer. Can he actually find something right now?
Yeah, Seekers searching for a target. One of them basically stuck in the middle, but Kagura, you mentioned it. He's here, he's down, he's gone. Marked by Boom, and Boom is looking for more. They found their victims in front of them here by mid. The Sheriff of Belov's the only one who draws blood, as the rest of Boom will be there to collect. 4-0 now, as Boom Esports are putting on a stellar hold, to say the least. 8-0 for NC Slasher, Asurai. 7-0 for Famous. Neither have died yet in this game.
Is it also safe to say that we haven't really seen that much mid presence for Pandemonium? I think they tried it once, and then after just failing or being flushed back, they kind of go back, they just forfeit it. And this is kind of interesting to say at the least, because this is a map where probably it could have been something, but maybe it's inexperience, again, being one of those newer teams or what, but it hasn't been working for them.
Yeah. Berserk's here, prepared now again for the angle.
Oh, Kagura
Plays the anti-flash. Kagura had the angle with Berserk's again and again and again!
Oh, Berserk's!
It's Berserk's with the barrage! And NC Slasher with Shiro 2. The final cast members to end the round. Boom Esports. It's just them again with another convincing win. Asurai, I kind of want to pause at this right now. I'm concerned for Pandemonium once we see them repeat a map in their run here in this tournament. They changed up the composition so drastically. They used to play the Gecko, now they're playing this Harbor, right? We saw this also in Split when they ran a stage suddenly. I don't think it's the wisest thing because they look so uncomfortable in this regard.
It's a set idea that needs that bit of confidence and, I guess, preparation. It's probably more of like, in their heads, it looks like it should work, and then it doesn't. Pop Flash actually would catch off Shiro there. Nobody was flashed as well from the other team, so this is a perfect time for Pandemonium to make something happen, and more. We call it the fly swatter. Sit down, son.
It is just smashing the Rays down onto the ground. And Boom Esports, they're still here playing the long game. It's just an adaptability of an older style of play here in Rays. The pop flashes from NC Slasher, though, it doesn't lead to anything but his own demise. And the Reckoning instead, utilized with Pandemonium. A bit too gung-ho perhaps here from Boom. Tapto trying to make the swing happen. Famous lets it rip! And he's got it too, trying to get on top of the boxes. But it's Artsy instead who'll topple him from where he stands. Pandemonium with the punish. They get on the board.
That's a quick adjustment from Pandemonium, not letting go that mistake from Shiro as well as the flash from Berserks, and they immediately press for it. They were looking for an opening, and Boom gave them that. This is perfect right now for Pandemonium. They sorely needed a round already, or else it would have just been, again, a spiral here for the team. What's also good about this Daks is as that round finishes, settles, they have themselves big ultimates to work with. They got themselves lockdown, showstopper, and everything. Kagura, oh, that's not the teammate you want to actually fall down. No more heals for the man. He's 1 HP in a dream here. And he's still going to try to do something.
Well, oh my gosh. He was given a second chance of life. Asurai might as well make it count. And Kagura's getting in there with the rest of the roster. Moria, though, just able to have the off angle. Moria is a snake in the stands, man. And it's Boom just going for the isolation of a final target in front of them. Spyko, I believe, is from the shadows, was heard, but Moria doesn't exactly see him as of yet. He's marking the first initial contact point. He's flicking on the way, but Moria back in position and back on targets. 6-1 now.
My ultimate is ready.
Ouch. Imagine if Kagura actually had full HP. That would have been, I think, a much easier push for them, since he might have been able to react, or he would have been a lot more convinced to use his showstopper. Speaking of the Raze player for Pandemonium here, 2-7-1. Kagura's been struggling to find these contacts. Famous was just too damn good on those initial bits. Berserks as well. Not as high as Famous here, but that A site, he's been locking it down ever since. Smoke's going to be prepped here on B main. Lots of footsteps heard right now by Boom. And Pandemonium, not really going to be a team that wants to push through there. Although, look at the curve of the wall here. They're going to start pushing in on tunnel right now.
Here we go again. Kagura, though, looking for the clear, and NC Slasher is in the flight path. Moria, though, still here, ready to hold, ready to fight. And this time, it will be Ventura sticking the gun barrel to his face. Pandemonium get up close and personal. And with the CQC going in their favor, this is their site to take. They're in cover, though, by the wall. They're a bit wary of the Boom setup, and this is why Shiro on the board. Spyko with a trade. It's a 1v3 now, and since the operator can't peek the pillar angle, Famous has a lot of work to do.
He's trying to get close as soon as he can, and then the wall just put up right in his face. Is he? Okay, no. Yeah, decides to go for the rifle here. Goes high above, trying to mark him, forces him down. And there's not really a lot of positions and chance that he can really get until this wall drops down.
Oh!
Everybody's looking at him. What?
Famous. This is why his name is known. And Boom again off the back of the Star Duelists. They get the clutch, they get the round, and they get it all. Give this guy a star, the Walk of Fame already. How many moments in his career has he done this for Boom?
It was supposed to be unlosable there for Pandemonium. And then... what? Okay, just take a breath. Oh my god, that was incredible from Famous. And with that, Pandemonium still stuck to 1. Round starts now. Pandemonium starts to create some tempo on mid. Boom immediately gets that information. Moria spots the peek out from Ventura here, knowing that he is going to be nursing on that Marshall. Weaker weapons for everybody here. For Pandemonium, does get a pick on mid. Berserk's spotted, but Spyco still loses his life. Mid play is the best thing that Pandemonium can do as of this moment, but they can't really push much further now that Boom have realized it.
Yeah, Boom. Here's another one though for Pandemonium. Belove finally shutting down the rampaging team, and that is Famous. So from this point on, Pandemonium stuck in the middle. They pick up a Vandal, and this close contact does not work out for Belove whatsoever. The double swing gets the catch on Moria, giving chase. Boom should know that this is coming, and it's such a big problem that Spike left behind. They were trying to see if they can go for the pivot. Instead, it will be Ventura to a sandy grave. 8-1. Somehow the tree blooms in the sands, and it will just be Boom again, just dominating this half here.
My goodness. Again, there was just nothing that Pandemonium, I think, can do there unless they can bully out Boom from mid. But there was so many angles that they had to try to deal with. They do have the double controller, though, so I was kind of wondering why they didn't smoke Nest to stop Famous from peeking. I think they only smoked somewhere on the cross on mid, and they stayed too long. It dissipated, and then no one re-smoked the angle. Now, Beloved's just going to be pushing with the dog here, and it's probably just going to be a fast call on to B here. Just, again, all hell let break loose if they can try to push through this snake fight and smoke and all.
Yeah, Boom was there, Flash, gonna clash. And it doesn't let Pandemonium in until they decide to send Kagura with the blast backs over. Moria though saw that barrel. No, this is gonna be very, very close. And he is willing to do this tango. Dancing, spinning, and going for the kills. Ansi Slasher is there to collect that damage and those frags. And from that point on, it's another one led by Boom. This is just their choreography, Asurai. We are just watching Pandemonium fall into their clutches.
Morius is so good at that positioning game. He already figures out that they can't push through the smoke if they try to do so. He has that backline defense or backline assistance from his teammate, and then he can play around the other ones, pop-shotting him on, I don't know how to call it, on that big long log on the corner, on the back of the B site. He just plays around with the position. It's so crazy good! Speaking of crazy good, Famous, his operator, stellar in this game.
Yeah, Famous is his name, and every single game, his aim is his fame. It just continues on here for Boom Esports, and this is where you can see that, oh, Kagura has a different plan towards the Cove. They are making their way towards his B site, so holding that thought for 1 second. NC Slasher right behind the high tide. Eventually it falls, and NC Slasher gets to from it. And NC Slasher with another one. He's been so good at sticking around on the site, using those walls against the opposition as much as possible. But out in the open with the Trailblazer might not be the right call. The smoke is out. The problem here for this Omen is a spike. Is on site already, Asurai. He has them from the shadows to try and get it. But look at what Boom's doing. They're prepared to just get in the way, go for that contact point, and kill the ultimate as soon as possible. They're waiting to see also if this will be a swing in from Spyco.
You need 3 players
30
to
seconds left.
block that spike before the swing jiggle. He's going to have to run for A site. He sees the trajectory of the wall, though. So he should know that the harbor is probably going to be somewhere on mid, but there's not enough time for him to go to A, pick up the spike, and plant it and try to do something there. So he's going to have to play tricky here. Confidence even if he can. Spyco's been good with those, and he's already able to take down Famous. Step in the right direction. 5 seconds.
player
That's
standing.
all he needs. He gets another one.
Yeah.
The Cove's been spotted.
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah, he got incredible picks. And big props to Spyco for the 4K in this round. Outclassing
Last
Boom
round
in the
in the
duels.
half.
But Boom knew that round was there. The Cove was there for Shiro to stay inside to win the round by default. He had, of course, the challenges from the two players earlier on to stall for that time. And the damage was already done too early on. And it's been the case so far for Boom. Whether or not Pandemonium get in, it's Boom who prevents a proper post plan from happening for Pandemonium through their efforts early on and just even preventing the take to happen.
Too many layers here for them to peel away. That's the flash that Boom was trying to set up for Shiro a couple of rounds ago. This time, it gets the value. Berserks, not fearing any flashes whatsoever. Trying to clean up house. Ventura, a chance, a hope. Maybe 1 versus 3. Lockdown available. That turret's going to spot out the lurk from Moria. He can maybe try to push Moria here, but he's unaware as to how many players are actually either in front of him or in the back.
Trailblazer's broken. Famous wants to get in there. And Boom. Finest point. The flash. It worked this time. It worked this time. 11-1. Another commanding round for Boom Esports. And you can see Asurai, as of right now, the score says it all. It's just the experience of Boom Esports giving them such a clear advantage. They're so effective at playing off against one another on their individual sites. They're so wise at timing the swings and when to really go for the peak versus the Pandemonium forces on the inside of the site. And when you go and get stuffed, who gets tougher? NC, Slasher, as well as Famous. Everything is complete here for Boom, and they're just making that case to go longer into their lower bracket run.
I thought that we were only going to be seeing one dominant series this lower bracket run. Always going to be trying your best, but Boom, they're making a damn good case of being able to do that as well here against Pandemonium. Spike goes by himself. Blade gonna stop him from using, well, his paranoia. He almost was able to make some damage with the classic, but not going to be enough this time.
Yeah, Famous basically has plot armor. Just survives the shot to the face. Of course, the damage, the mat checks out anyway, but still. Some surviving now to bring an extra gun. You got the Cascade being thrown on over to try and block off the walls. And as Beloved looks to clear out the corners. Again, the timing from NC Slasher and Famous are enough to hold things down. Moria knows exactly where Kaga's coming from. You got Famous instead, who gets the 4K for himself. And this is its series point for Boom Esports.
Are we gonna have ourselves another 13-1 here? Is it going to be possible for Boom? The force buy already set up by Pandemonium. At the 11th hour, can they prolong this fight? It feels like more of suffering at this point for Pandemonium. Just cannot find that value that they're looking for. Spyco's the only one that's been able to hit the double digits in terms of the kills. But his impact really hasn't been felt here. It was a lot better from that previous map, but it's still different here. Oh, Kagura! He gets blocked by his own teammate! That is bad!
And it just is another heartbreak to already a sad sight for Pandemonium. It gets worse when Famous rampaging as per usual. It's a kaiju here for Boom. It's a monster unleashed. And with a 4v2, it looks to be the beginning of the end of Pandemonium. It was a great run for such a new team. Ventura.
I spotted him.
His adventure might be over soon. And you said it already, Asurai. Spotted out. Boom. Trading guns. Who wants the last kill? You. Shiro's gonna go for it. The first one on the board. The first one to look for a target. Famous though with the spray down behind the wall. Ventura crosses. And Boom Esports cross away Pandemonium, eliminating their opponent. It's a rematch between Boom and Trying Your Best awaiting us on the next day.
That's going to be a GG right then and there. And again, Boom shows to us why they are the Indonesian class caliber team. Absolutely masterclass of being able to beat down an opponent in that particular fashion. Micro engagements were just so well done by Boom here. And if they lose one certain portion of the map, they immediately retake the other portion, and they're just able to punish what Pandamonium was trying to do every single turn. Pandamonium just could not find that value, and the only one round that Pandamonium got here was the round where, again, they were just able to punish the mishap that happened on A main. I was trying to remember, wait, did they win with Kagura having the double satchel on out of tunnel with the showstopper? No, that was when Famous went ham on that spray transfer. So there you have it.
Yeah, just a different level of play here from Boom Esports. And there's nothing really much to be said about that. Beyond that, it's been tried, it's been tested, and it's been Boom. It's their standard fanfare you get for Boom Esports. Your usual utility agent. You have NC Slasher on the usual flash roll. You have, of course, the controller setup from Moria. And you get Famous in the front line. Everything that usually works for Boom, we saw it in full display today. And it just gives them another run at this lower bracket. The results don't lie. A 13-1, a second of the day actually. So we've seen the most dominant performances come from today alone, and Famous provided it. 24 and 4 Asurai, a 6.0 KD minimum. You added the assist, it's even higher.
Absolutely phenomenal there. So we have ourselves our next lower bracket match, Daks. It's going to be trying our best up against Boom Esports. Quick little recap of the points from that previous, or from the current series that we have. But this rematch is going to be something different. Trying our best. They weren't 100% during that series that they played against Boom. This time, it's going to be different. Boom have got to be ready. Are they prepared? Because they are a team that, even though they dominated Pandamonium here, they were still brought to the lower bracket by a different team.
Yeah, and Boom Esports, they now know that Trying Our Best is a team to watch out for after that win versus NAOS a while ago. And it's going to be very exciting to see them face off, especially if Crazy Guy is going to be back onto the roster, whatever rotation Trying Our Best brings. And on the other side, Asurai, Fancy versus Oasis in the upper bracket. Only one will make it to the finals. 4 teams are left. After all the days we've had so far, we'll see who will be eliminated next, with only one slot up for grabs very, very soon.
And with that, guys, we're going to be calling it a night. It's a little bit early here so we can get our early shut-eye and prepare ourselves for tomorrow. 1 upper bracket, 1 lower bracket, and Daks is right. We're cutting it off to the four teams, and we'll be looking to see who will remain. Anyways, this is it. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao and bye.
Wear your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Writing for a page, letters for you. She can't top all the things I do. Chasing your love, boy, I'm in pursuit. And time is of the essence. All the second guessing, asking too many questions. I'm just being honest, baby boy. I made you the exception. Kick it up a notch, let me teach you this lesson. Rule number 1, I ain't never number 2. Let me take it higher, we can get a better view. We too deep in it just to let it be. I'm just saying, stop playing, you look better on me.
little shawty got body when she moved to the beat. Said she used to have a man but had to leave him behind. And too cute for little buddy when she wear that designer. But trust that I floss, I could keep up. Straight spaghetti with the sauce when we link up. Modified T-tops with the V12 engine.